Chapter 453. The two of them sped along the road. It's already past 4 p.m. Is he there? I heard that he lives in that village. We still have to apologize? How can we apologize? Are you stupid? The director will know whether we apologize or not. What if he asks? Then apologize. What's the point of saving face? Sorry to trouble you. You don't have to be so polite with me, Tian Yuantu said with a smile. He stayed with Wang Yao for a while to discuss the future operations of the charity organization with him. After chatting for a while, he said goodbye and left. At nearly 5 p.m., a car drove into the mountain village. The two of them arrived at the clinic and found that the door was not locked. They were relieved. This time, they knocked on the door and heard shouting inside before coming in. Yes, what's the matter? Seeing the two of them come again, Wang Yao was surprised. Dr. Wang, I'm sorry, Wang Yao said. We have carefully checked the operation of your clinic. There is no problem. This is the business license. I want to give it back to you. I apologize for the mistakes we made. I hope you can understand. I understand. I understand very well. Wang Yao smiled. He didn't expect the two of them to have such different reactions in such a short time. It also reflected Tian Yuantu's extraordinary connections. Can you tell me who is behind this? Well, the two of them looked at each other. Even if they knew, they couldn't say it. After all, that person was more powerful than their director. Sorry, I don't know. Forget it. You have gone back and forth twice today. You must be tired. Take care. I won't see you off. He didn't have much hope. Okay. The two of them turned and left. Today's matter is so annoying. Forget it. The two of them started the car and rushed back. It was already dark. The sky is getting dark quickly. In the clinic, Wang Yao was not in a hurry to go home. Instead, he closed the door and stayed in the clinic alone. He pulled up the system panel. He heard the system prompt in the afternoon that he could now upgrade. Character level. 6 profession level. Apothecary beginner level. You are no longer a newbie. You can fly. Vitality 6, strength 7. 5, mental strength 7, agility 6. 5, willpower 6. 5 Now, Wang Yao was no longer a human being. Under the double support of the Fist Scripture and Tao Scripture, his progress was very fast. To him, these were all secondary. What he valued the most was to improve his skills. Medical skills, acupuncture techniques, light up. In an instant, he was enlightened, and a large amount of knowledge about acupuncture poured into his mind. With the previous experience, he was already prepared, but his head was still very uncomfortable. There were needles, hammering, dizziness, and indescribable feelings. Fortunately, this unbearable feeling did not last for very long. It came and went quickly. He let out a long sigh of relief. Acupuncture techniques. It was a medical skill that ancient pharmacists had to master. Acupuncture and moxibustion were divided into acupuncture and moxibustion. The former involved inserting needles into the acupoints, twisting and pushing them to stimulate the acupoints. The latter involved using prefabricated roasting sticks or roasting herbs to burn and smoke the acupoints on the surface of the body, using heat to stimulate the treatment of diseases. Of course, this was only a relatively general introduction. The knowledge contained in it was quite vast. It dredged the channels and collaterals, harmonized yin and yang, and strengthened the body to eliminate the evil. Compared with the medicine, it had a unique magical effect. Phew. Good. This was a huge gain. Although Wang Yao had learned a lot by himself, and acupuncture was mentioned in the medical book of Sang Yao written by Sanguzi. It was Sanguzi's best medical skill. Wang Yao had learned a lot, but it was not as systematic and comprehensive as the system instilled in him. After mastering this medical skill, it was relatively easier to treat some diseases. For example, Zhou Wui, Su Xiaoxue, and Pan Jun's uncle. I can't wait. He really wanted to try out the wonders of this acupuncture technique. Tomorrow. He called Pan Jun. Tomorrow, no problem. I'll wait for you. Pan Jun was very happy. After all, Wang Yao had taken the initiative to come to see his relative. He had to take the initiative. In Lianshan County, Lu Gang was not in a particularly good mood, especially after he failed to be elected to the county office this time. In fact, it was not that he failed. It was just that the original executive deputy county magistrate had basically decided to go further. Naturally, he also wanted to go further. Being in such an environment and working in such a job, who didn't want to go further? However, to his disappointment, there was no possibility of going further. This made him think a lot of things at once. What's wrong? Is the food not to your taste? His wife asked. No, I'm thinking about something. What's the matter? Say, on weekdays, some people are very good to you on the surface. They always say that there is no problem with following orders, but when you really want to ask them to do something, why is it so difficult? Well, in your environment, isn't it normal to say one thing on the surface and another behind your back? His wife asked with a smile. Well, that's true. Are you still thinking about your own things? In my opinion, that step is really not that important. Your children have grown up. Your generation has also reached the age. F***ck, why are you so worried? Thinking about this and that all day long, scheming against each other, is so tiring. Ah, you don't understand. I don't understand. I just know that it's good to have a family safe and sound. Haha, well, let's eat. Lu Gang smiled. His mood was much better after hearing what his wife said. At night, the cold wind was whistling. It would cool down the next day. Wang Yao looked up at the sky. San Xian, I learned a medical skill today, Wang Yao whispered. The dog was lying quietly beside him. Do you want to see it? Wang Yao asked with a smile. When the dog heard this, he looked up at his master. The look in his eyes seemed to be saying, Do you want to try it? Ha ha. Wang Yao smiled and touched his head. Ah, I can try it tomorrow. The next morning, he got up very early. He practiced, took care of the herbal field, and went down the hill. After breakfast, he told his family and drove directly to another small mountain village. It was Pan Jun's hometown. He had been waiting there for a long time. You came early? I just arrived. Let's talk inside. It's cold outside. When the old woman heard that Wang Yao was coming, she had already prepared some things, such as fruits and peanuts. Hello, Auntie. Hello, Dr. Wang. How's my uncle's illness? Much better. Now he can move his hands and feet. The old woman smiled. In her opinion, nothing made her happier than her husband's illness being able to take care of his skin. That's good. Wang Yao listened and smiled. After a few words with the old woman, he began to treat her. The medicine was used to massage the acupoints. These were the same as last time, but there were more things after that. When Wang Yao took out the set of silver needles, both Pan Jun and the old woman were stunned. You also know acupuncture? Pan Jun exclaimed. Yes. Wang Yao took a deep breath. The thin needle was accurately inserted into the acupoints on the old woman's head. He twisted and pulled out. His movements were slow and steady. The rapid needle insertion on TV was like magic. It was a lie. The most important thing in acupuncture was to identify the acupoints. Otherwise, if the wrong acupoint was identified, it could lead to death. One of the characteristics of acupuncture was its precision. It was more precise than massaging and massage. How do you feel? Wang Yao asked. Numb, itchy, the old woman lying on the bed said. Okay. This was the first time he had inserted needles into such a patient. Although he had a lot of knowledge and had some practice on himself, he was still very careful. After inserting more than a dozen needles, Wang Yao stopped. He paid close attention to the changes in the old woman's pulse. Then, he began to withdraw the needles. The treatment lasted until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This time, the old woman had finished cooking. No matter what, she did not let them leave. She insisted that they leave after eating. Wang Yao could not persuade the old woman, so he had to stay. The old woman killed a rooster and stewed it. It was very delicious. How does it taste? It's very delicious. Then eat more. Oh, okay. After the two of them finished eating, Wang Yao took a look at the old woman. Auntie, I see that you don't feel well. Ah, my leg always hurts. It's an old problem, the old woman said with a smile. Let me take a look. Chapter 454. Okay, thank you so much, the old woman said. After a round of examination, Wang Yao found that the old woman had a lot of problems. The meridians in her right leg, waist, and internal organs were blocked, and the 5 internal organs were not in harmony. You have pain in your legs, waist, and back, right? You also often have needle-like pain in your stomach, right? Wang Yao said. Ah, really? The old woman smiled. Her main problems had been found out by this young doctor. Well, I'll treat your legs and waist first. You need medicine for internal organs. My brother will bring it to you next time. Okay. Wang Yao gave the old man a massage combined with neishi to treat him. Pain in the waist and legs was a common problem for old people, especially those who had worked in the field for most of their lives. The heavy work in the field would cause serious damage to the body. The treatment of the legs was relatively simple. With Wang Yao's massage, the old woman felt that her right leg was warm. It was very comfortable and did not hurt as much. Okay, lie down on the Kong. I'll treat your back. Okay. The old woman gently lay down on the Kong, next to her husband. The old woman's lumbar spine had a joint protrusion, which was commonly known as lumbar disc protrusion. Wang Yao gently massaged her to relax the surrounding muscles. The so-called lumbar reduction was not as simple as pressing it back in. People were not machines. It was not so simple to screw the screws back in. After the surrounding muscles were relaxed, Wang Yao supplemented it with neishi. He tried to help the old woman's lumbar disc protrusion in the most gentle way. Crack. There seemed to be a soft sound. The old woman's body trembled a few times. Okay, the protrusion has been reset. Lumbar disc protrusion. It's an old problem, the old woman said. Then, Wang Yao followed the large meridians in the old woman's back to dredge her meridians and straighten out her qi and blood. If her qi and blood were smooth, she would not get sick. Ah, it's so comfortable, the old woman exclaimed. After the massage by Wang Yao, the old woman felt much more comfortable. Her back no longer hurt. Even the discomfort in her abdomen was relieved. Okay, let's call it a day. I'll bring the medicine next time, Wang Yao said. Ah, thank you. How much is the consultation fee? We'll see, Wang Yao said. How can I accept that? The old man said. This young doctor had made her boss's health improve significantly. Now he was treating her, but he didn't ask for a fee. She had asked her nephew, but he didn't pay, which made her feel very sorry. Shall I discuss this with Pan Jun? All right then. It was already 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they left the old man's house. You know acupuncture too? Pan Jun asked in surprise. He had never seen Wang Yao use it before. I know a little, Wang Yao said with a smile. Today was just a small test, and the effect was not bad. Sigh, if I were our director, I would hire someone like you to treat patients. Pan Jun sighed. Wang Yao just smiled. He also knew that such a thing was temporarily impossible, so he was just saying it. Let's go back. All right. He spent a day seeing one patient. In the mountain village, Sun Yunxing wandered around the newly built house accompanied by Uncle Lin. The decoration had been finished, and the basic furniture had been prepared. There was no smell of formaldehyde in the newly built house, which was very rare. The people who will take care of you will come from Dao soon, the old man said. Now, 3 people will come first. One will take care of your daily life, and the other 2 will take care of your safety. With the 4 of us, it won't be too conspicuous. Okay, you can arrange it as you see fit. By the way, the date has been set. It's Wednesday next week. Okay, tell Dr. Wang that I'll talk to him in person. Okay. They went to the clinic and found that Wang Yao was not there. He should have made a house call. Will you come back tomorrow? Less than 20 minutes after they left, Wang Yao came back from outside. In Jing, thousands of miles away. Xiaomei, listen to me first. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see you now. Lu Xiaomei felt disgusted whenever she saw the man. Xiaomei, listen to me no matter what, Yu Chongyang said. I'll leave as soon as I finish. Go ahead. I'm going to see a doctor. I've contacted a specialist there. Would you like to go with me? You can go by yourself. You don't have to worry about me. Lu Xiaomei turned and left. Xiaomei, Xiaomei. Yu Chongyang called her a few times, but his once gentle wife didn't even turn her head. He knew this time he had completely fallen in love with her. I'm sorry, Xiaomei, he whispered. Go to the United States? Yes, I've contacted a specialist, Su Chang has said. I also found Xiaomei and told her about it. I wanted her to go with me, but she didn't agree. I want you to help me persuade her. You don't have to worry about her, Su Chang has said. Her condition is much better than yours. It's under control. Really? Su Changha asked. Looking at his former classmate and friend, who used to be high-spirited and proud of life, he really wanted to tell him about Wang Yao, but he finally restrained himself. It's good to go to the United States. You can cure the disease and explain it to Xiaomei when you come back. Yes, that's what I plan to do, Su Changha said. Thank you for these days. You're welcome. Su Changha sighed. If he had known it would be like this, he wouldn't have done it in the first place. Looking at his somewhat stooped back, Su Changha sighed with emotion. People were like this. When they were at the peak of their success, they would easily forget themselves and then find some mistake. Small mistakes were not so bad, but some were big mistakes that would change their lives. From prosperity to decline, it was just a matter of time. On Nanshan Hill, it was as warm as spring. Wang Yao was preparing some herbs. He planned to go to Jing to see Su Xiaoxue and Chenzhou. Ring. Buzz. It was a call from Tong Wei. Hello, haven't you slept yet? Is it cold over there? Are you still on the hill? The 2 of them would talk on the phone for a while every 1 or 2 days. Just tell me if you have something to say, Wang Yao said. I may go back to the United States. You're going out again? It's almost Chinese New Year. Yes, it won't be too long. I'll definitely be back before Chinese New Year, Tong Wei said. Okay, you can go out if you want to. Are you going with your colleagues? Yes, thank you for your understanding and support, Tong Wei said. After chatting for a while, Wang Yao hung up the phone. I'm going abroad again. It was not a good idea for them to be in different places all the time. He sighed with emotion for a while, and then continued to work. The lights didn't go out until late at night. In the early morning, the sun didn't rise as usual. It was blocked by dark clouds. The north wind whistled, and then snowflakes fell. It's snowing. Wang Yao stood on the hilltop and looked up at the sky. Yes, it's snowing here. I'm fine here. Don't worry about me. I've asked Dr. Wang. I think he can cure my disease in less than a week. Yes. Lu Xian hung up the phone. I have to go even if it's snowing. He put on more clothes and drove to the mountain village. It was a little cold in the clinic. Wang Yao quietly felt Lu Xian's pulse. You'll be cured in 3 days. Really? Lu Xian was pleasantly surprised. Of course. Wait here for a while. I've decocted the medicine. Okay. Lu Xian took the medicine, paid the bill, and left happily. Lu Xian hummed a tune all the way back to Lianshan County. 3 days. It was completely beyond his expectation. In fact, his disease was much less serious than Wei Hai's. At this time, Wang Yao's medical skills were much better than Wei Hai's. The difference greatly shortened the treatment time. Lucien was in high spirits when he went back. He told his family the good news. It was snowing. This kind of weather was suitable for eating hot pot at home. Instant boiled mutton. Wang Yao had a great time eating. Eat slowly, Zhang Xiuying said with a smile. Your sister and Xiao Du were supposed to come back today, but it's snowing, so I didn't let them come back. Yes, my sister has already been to his house, Wang Yao said. He had heard his sister mention this before when they were chatting. Really? What do Xiao Du's family think of her? Zhang Xiuying hurriedly asked. Her daughter had never mentioned this to her. As long as my sister is more ladylike, she'll be loved by everyone, Wang Yao said with a smile. You don't have to worry about this. Chapter 455. In the evening, the snow showed no signs of stopping. After dinner, Wang Yao walked on the snow and went up the hill. The snow fell quietly all night. The next morning, the snow covered the hill. It was covered in silver. What a snow! San Xian was having a lot of fun on the mountain. The snow had sealed the mountain, so the roads were naturally sealed as well. There were not many patients coming to see the doctor. Wang Yao took the opportunity to prepare some decoctions on the hill. Blood deblicking powder and regather soup. He was quite familiar with these two herbs. The decoction process was also a walk in the park, and he was very familiar with it. Ginseng, wolfberry, sealwort, gorgon, glossy ganoderma, shanjing, guiyuan, ephedra, angelica, white peony, panax noto ginseng, polygonum vine, ziu. In the cottage on the hill, the firewood was crackling. The fragrance of the herbs drifted outside. There were still sporadic snowflakes falling from the sky. The snow covered most of the area of Qi province. It was also snowing in Zhu City. Ah, Mom! Du Baozhan was wailing in his room. Xiaobao, bear with it for a while. The middle-aged woman outside was anxiously running back and forth in the room. Her husband was sitting quietly on the sofa drinking tea. You still have the mood to drink tea here? Think of a way. There is no way. He is tied up. He will be fine as long as he survives, the middle-aged man said after taking a sip of tea. Don't worry. Drink some tea. Is he your son? Of course. Then why are you so indifferent? Do you have a good idea? I am asking you again. It was a typical quarrel between a couple to educate their children. However, the situation this time was special and serious. They were very anxious, but there was nothing they could do. Why don't we ask Dr. Wang? We can take Xiaobao to see him directly. It is useless if he is not here. Let's call and ask first. They called, but the call did not go through. He is not here. You should ask him for his mobile phone number. Do you think he will give it to you? Just bear with it. The couple opened the door and saw their son was tied to the bed. He was in pain because he was struggling. He couldn't bear to do that to his own flesh and blood, but he had to harden his heart. Otherwise, his life would be over. Just one bite, just one bite. I won't eat it again, Mom. Bear with it. The man growled and slammed the door shut. Their son screamed for an entire day and night and gradually lost his strength. In the meantime, his mother brought him a meal. I'm not eating. Eat some, Xiaobao. You'll have strength after eating. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat this. Please, Mom. Bang. The woman forced herself to close the door. The same thing happened to the other two families, but at different times. I'll arrange for someone to go over and take a look. The short and fat man touched his bald head, and then directly called someone to see if Wang Yao was in the clinic. The snow had sealed off the road, making it extremely difficult to travel. A four-wheel drive car would be slightly better. F***CK, what's going on with boss? Who knows? It's such a cold day. Let's go find someone and see if he's at home. The two young men rushed through the wind and snow. What if he's at home? Give him a reply. What about his attitude? He must be respected. Hey, I've invited a beauty to my home to talk about life. Drive carefully. It's easy to slip on the road. The two drove all the way from Zhu to Lianshan County. They then quickly followed the navigation to the mountain village. They had to admire the development of online map. If it had been a few years ago, it would not have been easy to find the mountain village where Wang Yao was by relying on navigation alone. F***ck, such a small mountain village. After arriving at the mountain village, the two could not help but be a little stunned. How do we find that? Let's ask someone. It was snowing. In such weather, no one would come out at all. They knocked on the door of a farmer's house and asked where Wang Yao's clinic was. They went there, but the door was locked. There's no one. What should we do? Report it truthfully. Hey, do you think he's from this village? Are you stupid? You forgot what Big Brother said before. We can't go to his house. Oh, I forgot about that. What should we do? Call Big Brother back. The two young men reported the situation truthfully. After that, they took a photo and sent it to Big Brother. You don't say, this clinic is really beautiful. Yes, it has the flavor of Suzhou Gardens. Oh, you know about Suzhou Gardens? Nonsense, I also know about Humble Administrator's Garden and Lion's Grove. You can learn this by reading Jin Ping Mei. What do you know? That's classical literature, you know? Classical literature? What's the point of reading Shimen and Pan's chapters? Alright, don't talk about that useless stuff. Hey, Big Brother called. Hello, Big Brother, yes, he's not in the clinic. Hey, yes, okay, we'll wait here. Damn, Big Brother asked us to wait here and see when Dr. Wang will be in the clinic. He asked us to inform him in time. Wait, how can we wait on such a cold day? In the car? Hey, let's wait first. The two young men waited in the car. The car was started and the warm wind was blowing. The two of them stayed in the car and played fight the landlord out of boredom. They even won a few gold beans. Bang, bang, bang. Suddenly, someone knocked on the window outside. What the F***ck? They subconsciously wanted to take out their weapons. Hey, that's not right. After thinking about it, they rolled down the window and saw an old man in his 60s looking at them with a smile. Damn it, it's not good to be so sudden. I almost took out my knife. Hello, sir. Young man, are you waiting for someone here? Yes, waiting for Dr. Wang? The old man nodded with a smile and turned to leave. What's wrong with the old man? It's so cold outside. Why didn't he stay at home? Why did he come out? Hey, I thought they were going to help us. The two young men continued to wait in the car, playing fight the landlord happily. Bang, bang, bang. Someone knocked on the window again. Is this F***king addictive? As soon as he rolled down the window and thought about it, he saw a young man wearing a thin down jacket. Hello, he said subconsciously. The next moment, he blushed because of his politeness. When did I become so polite? Can reading classical classics really change a person? But I've only read them for 3 days. Are you looking for me? The two young men were stunned at first, then they were overjoyed. Are you Dr. Wang? Yes. That's great, that's great. Which one of you is sick? It's not us. It's another person who is sick. We came to see if you were here. Where is he? Wang Yao asked. In Zhu? Where? You've been in the clinic today? Yes. Okay, I'll inform our brother right away. He hurriedly called his brother, who immediately tied up his daughter and drove over. It's cold outside. Come in and wait. Okay. He was really a good person. After the two young men entered the house, they quickly found that they were wrong. It was also cold in the house. It was not as warm as in the car. Why doesn't such a beautiful house have a heater? At the very least, you should install an air conditioner, right? The two young men waited in the house for a while. They couldn't stand it anymore. Well, let's go out for a smoke. Go ahead. The two young men went back to the car after coming out. Damn, Isn't that young man afraid of the cold? The house is empty. There is no heater, and the air conditioner is not good. He is wearing a thin down jacket. He has a lot of firepower. I have a lot of firepower too. I can't stand it. You have a lot of firepower at night. The two young men waited in the car for more than an hour. Then, a car drove into the mountain village. Hey, the boss is here. The bald man got out of the car. Then, several people got out of the car. Be gentle, be gentle. What's the situation? Why does the boss want to kidnap her? Why does he want to find a doctor? Damn, does the boss want to sell organs? Are you blind? Isn't that the boss's daughter? Why did he kidnap her? Hurry up and help. They were very surprised. Why did the boss kidnap his daughter to the mountain village? They had to explore the way in advance. Chapter 456. Wow. Boss is so powerful. It was a snowy day, so there were not many people in the village. Otherwise, they would have called the police. What's going on? Wang Yao was also shocked by the scene. It was the first time he had seen someone tied up to see a doctor. Dr. Wang, please take a look at my daughter, the short, fat, bald man said anxiously. Is she addicted to drugs? Yes. Put her down. They put He Xiaofeng down. Untie her. What are you waiting for? Untie her. As soon as the rope was untied, the young girl jumped up. No, I can't stand it. I really can't stand it, Dad. She was very uncomfortable at the moment, as if there were countless ants crawling and biting on her body. It was a feeling that was worse than death. She knew that as long as she ate a little bit of the drug, she would be relieved in a very short time, and her body would be very comfortable. Her whole body convulsed as she begged. She wanted to move, but she felt an invisible wall blocking her. Wang Yao stretched out his hand and quickly patted her body dozens of times. The girl collapsed on the ground. The people next to her quickly helped her. Help her to the side. Wang Yao reached out to feel her pulse. How many times has it been since you took the drug? It's the first time. Okay, wait here for a moment. After that, Wang Yao got up and left, leaving the room full of people. Who is this man? How would I know? Hey, let's smoke. Behave yourselves. Go out and smoke. He Xiaofeng's father growled. The young people immediately kept quiet out of fear. Glossy Ganoderma, licorice, several herbs were boiling in the multifunctional pot for herbs. Time ticked by. How long do we have to wait? The young people couldn't wait any longer. They all came to the yard to smoke. The decoration of this clinic is not bad. What is that? Well, I don't know. Why would boss's daughter take drugs? Shut up, do you want to die? You don't know that because of this matter, boss has been secretly investigating. If he finds out who made the young miss addicted to drugs, with boss's temper, he will definitely be better off dead. The young man said. Hiss cold. Sparks were still floating in the sky. The fragrance of herbs wafted out and filled the small courtyard. What is that smell? Chinese medicine. The last ingredient was antidote grass. As soon as it entered the water, it dissolved, turning the entire potion into an emerald green color, as if it was a melted jade. This was the king of the entire medicine, causing a qualitative change in the medicine. When the medicine was ready, he brought it to the courtyard to cool it down before bringing it into his room. He's awake. Wang Yao gently patted the girl who had fainted on the chair. The girl gradually woke up after hearing the sound. Dad, Mom, I'm sorry for making you worry. This was the first thing the girl said when she woke up. Well, at least he had some conscience. How do you feel? Wang Yao asked calmly. I don't have any strength, and my head is dizzy, He Xiaofeng said weakly. Well, it's normal, Wang Yao said. Give her the same amount of medicine as last time, and double the interval between taking it. Come to me in 15 days. Wang Yao was about to hand it to her. Okay. He Xiaofeng's mother took the medicine with both hands and carefully put it away. Then she took out money from her wallet and handed it to Wang Yao. Here you are. Okay, go back. Be careful on the road. Okay. Awesome. The same thought popped up in the minds of the few young men who saw this scene. It was such a simple treatment, and a dose of medicine actually cost 10,000 yuan. It was much easier than them, and there was no risk at all. Why don't we change our profession? Don't look after the field. Be a doctor. Save it. You can cure blind eyes. You can't even distinguish between the liver and the stomach. I'm just saying. It's the first time I've seen boss give money so quickly. He didn't even blink his eyes. Nonsense. Do you want to bargain with people in the hospital to see a doctor? The few of them and the 2 cars went back the way they came, facing the wind and snow. On the way back, he received a phone call. Hello, Deshang? Yes, I'm in Lianshan. I just came out of Dr. Wang's clinic. In the clinic, Wang Yao was about to lock the door when the phone on the table rang. Hello. Speaking, okay. An hour and a half later, a car drove into the mountain village. 4 people got out of the car, 3 men and 1 woman. The young man was also tightly tied up by something. Looking at the way he gritted his teeth, it seemed that he was enduring some pain. Dr. Wang? They knocked on the door and came in. Wait in the room first, Wang Yao said. Okay. They went into the room. Gurgle, gurgle. The medicinal soup was boiling. Wang Yao sat quietly in front of the fire and watched the changes of the medicine. Hong Lin, how do you feel? Mom, I don't feel well. The young man's face was a little pale. His eyes were a little unfocused. Old son, look at your son. Is he okay? Wait, Sun Desheng said with a cold face. Why is it so troublesome for Dr. Wang to decoct the medicine? Shut up. The man glared at his wife. Boiling medicine could not be done in a hurry. It was important to be calm. Sometimes, emotional fluctuations could even affect the efficacy of the medicine. This was not something too fantasy. It was real. The house was not soundproof. In addition, Wang Yao's hearing was extraordinary. It was many times better than that of ordinary people. Therefore, he could clearly hear the conversation in the room. What a spoiled child. The more it was like this, the calmer Wang Yao was. He waited for the medicine to be ready. Mom, give me a little, just a little. Sun Desheng raised his leg and kicked him. What are you doing? The woman shouted as if the kick had landed on her body. Sun Desheng, he is your son. I don't have such a son. Don't show off here if you have the ability. Creak. The door opened. Wang Yao took the medicine into the room and watched the farce in front of him. Doctor, why is it so troublesome to boil the medicine? The woman was a little angry. Her voice was unconsciously a little high. If you can't wait, you can leave. You, what kind of attitude is this? Noisy, Wang Yao said in a deep voice. Clang. The glass was shaking. The people in the room felt as if a thunder pearl had exploded in their ears. They felt dizzy for a short time. You can leave, Wang Yao said coldly. I'm sorry, doctor, I was wrong. The woman hurriedly said. Get out. Wang Yao waved his hand and an invisible force brushed past them. The few of them took a few steps back. Kung Fu. A look of horror appeared on their faces. Why are you still here? I'm sorry, doctor, I was wrong. I was wrong. The woman hurriedly apologized. She was really anxious and did not want to anger the doctor. Wang Yao did not bother to pay attention to them. He waved his hand. They felt as if there were invisible shackles binding them. They could not move. Then, they were taken out of the room involuntarily. They saw the things around them change. They went from the room to the outside of the clinic. They wanted to move but could not control their bodies. They wanted to shout but could not make a sound. Clang. The door closed. After a while, they regained control of their bodies. Where is my God? They were stunned. They felt like they were in a dream. It was very unreal. What was going on? Their heads were sweating. Their faces were a little pale. They felt as if they had seen a ghost in broad daylight. The cold wind blew. It was cold. They came to their senses with a shiver. This was done by the young man just now. Was he still a human? They were a little scared. It was as if the other party could easily do anything to them, and they were like ants without any ability to resist. Dad, Mom, let's go. After the scare, Sun Honglin's drug addiction was magically suppressed temporarily. Let's go. What about your illness? The woman asked. She regretted it now. If it wasn't for her bad attitude just now, it wouldn't be like this. If this young doctor didn't treat her son because of this, what should she do? Send her son to the drug rehabilitation center? Chapter 457. No, if that happened, their son would be completely ruined. She didn't dare to look at her husband's face. I'll go in and beg him again, the woman said. She was about to go in, but her husband stopped her. Don't go in. Wait here. Wait? The woman asked. Yes, stand here and wait. Gao, go to the car with Honglin and wait. Okay. The young man who came with them took Sun Honglin to the car. The couple stood in the cold wind and waited. The wind was bone-chilling. The two of them went out in a hurry and drove, so they didn't wear much. The sky gradually darkened. In fact, it wasn't very bright. Wang Yao looked at the time. He was about to close the door and go home for dinner when he saw the couple shivering in the cold outside. Wang, Dr. Wang, I'm sorry. In just over an hour, the woman's face had been frozen white. Her body kept shivering. Come in. Looking at their painful expressions, Wang Yao sighed. Okay, thank you, the woman hurriedly said. At this time, she had to give in. Everything was for the sake of her son. The couple shivered and entered the clinic. The young man in the car hurriedly supported Sun Honglin and followed behind. The medicine has been decocted. The dosage is the same as last time. The interval will be doubled. Come back in half a month, Wang Yao said. Okay. They immediately gave their son a small cup of medicine. Now they were not angry at all. Let's go back. Okay. The four of them and a car drove in the dark snow. That doctor is too much, the driver said. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. The middle-aged man waved his hand. They were angry, but what could they do? If they didn't see a doctor, they would send their son to a drug rehabilitation center. That was tantamount to a disaster for their son. After locking the door, Wang Yao returned home. Someone came to see the doctor today? Yes. He came on a snowy day. Is he very sick? Zhang Xiaoying asked. Yes, he is very sick, Wang Yao said. Then why are you still tied up? You even know about this? Someone in the village saw it and came to tell me. They thought it was a human trafficker. When Zhang Xiaoying heard the villagers tell her about it, she was shocked. She was tied up and brought here. What kind of illness did she have? She hoped that nothing bad would happen to her in the clinic. No, that child is addicted to drugs. Drug abuse. Zhang Xiaoying was stunned. Yes. Why would you do such a thing? She was very surprised. They had only seen it on TV. In fact, they had never even heard of it. They always felt that it was impossible for such a thing to happen in a small county like theirs. It was very far away from them, but in fact, such a thing could happen anywhere. They didn't want to. They regretted it a long time ago, Wang Yao said. Come with me to your grandma's house tomorrow. What happened? Your grandmother has caught a cold. She hasn't recovered for a few days. Go and take a look. Deal, Wang Yao said. Do you want to go now? No, it's late and the road is not easy to walk, Zhang Xiaoying said. Let's go tomorrow. Okay, let's go tomorrow. After dinner, Wang Yao went back to Nanshan Hill again. At night, in Zhu City, how are you, Xiaofeng? I'm fine. I'm sorry, Mom. I made you and Dad worry. The girl was very sensible. She knew her situation made her parents worried. Don't go out these days. Stay at home for half a month in case there are any problems, Xiaofeng's father said. Oh, okay, Dad, you said Hong Lin also went? Yes, his family also went. Don't contact him and do Baozhan in the future. Dad, in fact, Hong Lin and Baozhan are not bad. He Xiaofeng softly defended her two friends. No matter whether they are bad or not, you are a girl. It is not appropriate for you to be with two young men all day long, He Xiaofeng's mother said. In the past, she had also told her daughter about it, but she didn't care much about it. After all, the three families had been in contact for more than 10 years. However, after this incident, she was frightened. She absolutely had to be prepared to prevent any more trouble from happening. Okay, I know, He Xiaofeng replied obediently. I'll go back to my room first. Okay. After going back to her room, He Xiaofeng was still worried about her two friends. She called them. I'm fine. How about you? Du Baozhan was still at home. He relied on himself and his family's efforts to get through the attack of drug addiction. He was going to see Wang Yao the next day. I just came back from Dr. Wang's place and took another dose of medicine. Hong Lin also went. After chatting for a while, He Xiaofeng hung up the phone and called Sun Honglin. Sun Honglin's tone on the other end of the phone was a bit harsh. That Dr. Wang is too much. I gave him face, but he didn't take it. What's wrong? He Xiaofeng frowned slightly. She was very grateful to Dr. Wang in her heart. After all, his treatment had worked and made her see hope. If it weren't for him, it was very likely that she would have ended up in a different situation. She might have really gone to a drug rehabilitation center. In that case, her life would have gone to another road and completely changed. Therefore, when she heard Sun Honglin's words about Dr. Wang, she felt that it was a bit too much. My mother said a few words to him, but he actually let my parents wait outside for more than an hour before seeing me. Why is he pretending to be noble? Isn't it because of that little money? Dr. Wang is not the kind of person who is greedy for money, He Xiaofeng said. If Dr. Wang was greedy for money, he would have asked for a sky-high price from the three of them the first time. He wouldn't have insisted on seeing their parents before seeing them. Now it seemed that Dr. Wang did it for their own good. No, Xiaofeng, why are you still speaking for him? Sun Honglin was a little unhappy on the other end of the phone. What kind of medicine is it? One dose costs 10,000 yuan. When I recover this time, I'll make him regret it. It's good that you are fine, He Xiaofeng said. He Xiaofeng said. She felt that her friend had gone too far, so she wasn't interested in chatting with him anymore. I'm hanging up. Hey, Xiaofeng, when do you want to get together? I'll see. I'm tired and want to have a rest. After that, He Xiaofeng hung up the phone. It's strange. What's wrong with Honglin? She remembered that her friend was not like this before. The next morning, Wang Yao went down the hill early and went to his grandmother's house with his mother. The old woman's condition was not very good. Wang Yao took a closer look at it. It's not a big problem. She just caught a cold and her body is a little weak. After all, she was old. A little illness could make her body uncomfortable. Before coming, Wang Yao had already prepared some medicine. Grandma, do you still have the clay pot at home? Yes. I'll decoct some medicine for you. The pot was specially bought by Wang Yao for the old woman. Although the effect of decocting medicine was far better than his multifunctional pot for herbs, the quality was still good. There was ready-made firewood at home. Wang Yao decocted the medicine in the kitchen. The medicine was ready-made. They were all planted by Wang Yao himself. They were absolutely natural. Under the nourishment of the spiritual qi, they were far better than ordinary wild medicine. Wang Yao decocted two kinds of medicine. One was to drive away the cold, the other was to consolidate the corporeity. After decocting, he gave some to the old woman and told the rest of the medicine to the two elders. Hey, I originally wanted to go to your uncle's house. If you want to go, let me know. I'll drive you there, Wang Yao said. Okay. After taking the medicine, Wang Yao gave the old woman a massage to help her absorb the medicine and accelerate the circulation of qi and blood around her body. Hey! The old woman breathed a long sigh of relief. After taking 2 small bowls of decoction and Wang Yao's massage, she felt much better. She felt warm and comfortable. She was no longer as tired and weak as she used to be. How do you feel, Grandma? Well, I feel much better, the old woman said. You don't have to rush to get up. Lie down for a while. He lit a fire on the Kong. It was very hot. Chapter 458. As the saying went, one's wife, children, and a warm Kong. In the winter, it was quite nice to light a firewood and warm up the Kong. Then, one could sit or lie down, chat, or play poker. Old people liked to lie down and listen to the radio or opera. Wang Yao's mother chatted with the old man while he unblocked his grandpa's meridians. It was morning. The old man had to get up to cook. Lie down. I'll cook. The mother and son had bought a lot of ready-made food on the way to the village. In winter, there were fewer vegetables in the north. The cabbages and radishes were homegrown. They were natural and pollution-free. A pot of cabbages with more meat. A few stir-fried dishes. Zhang Xiuying was busy. Wang Yao helped. Lunch was soon ready. Time to eat, Grandma, Grandpa. Hey, why did you buy so many things? The old man had no stable source of income other than farming. Even now, Wang Yao's mother and third aunt gave the old man a regular income every month. They were reluctant to eat and drink. It was a habit. Wang Yao didn't say anything after hearing that. He just smiled. After lunch, Wang Yao's mother went out a few times. Every time she came, she had to walk with relatives and friends who got along well with her. After all, the 2 old men were still there. They still needed the help of these relatives. Favors were indispensable. It was already past 2 p.m. when she walked around. In the mountain village, Du Baozhan's family had been waiting for nearly an hour. Oh, where did Dr. Wang go? Why hasn't he come back yet? They were a little anxious. I told him yesterday that he would come this afternoon. Let's wait a little longer. Mom, I have an appointment with a patient this afternoon. I'll go back first. I'll come back to pick you up later. Let's go back together. Let your grandpa and grandma have a rest, Zhang Xiuying said. Okay. The mother and son returned to the mountain village after saying goodbye to the 2 old men. Du Baozhan's family had been waiting there for nearly 2 hours. After seeing the family, Wang Yao hurriedly apologized. Sorry, I was delayed by something. I'm fine. After arriving at the clinic, Wang Yao diagnosed Du Baozhan. His situation was slightly better than the previous 2. What's wrong, doctor? The attentive mother hurriedly asked after hearing Wang Yao's angry sigh. Nothing, I'm just curious. Your son's condition is better than the other 2 young men. Did his drug addiction not act up? Yes. I tied him up in the house and he endured it, his father said. Oh, I see. No wonder, Wang Yao said. Relying on one's own willpower to resist the onset of the past drug addiction and relying on external help to overcome the difficulties were 2 completely different concepts. This young man had the experience and confidence of successfully resisting for the first time. Even without Wang Yao's treatment, the possibility of him quitting drug addiction alone would be greatly increased, unlike the 2 young men who came yesterday. Very good. Wang Yao smiled and patted him on the shoulder. Knowing that he was wrong, he would work hard to correct his mistakes and work hard to overcome difficulties. This was what a good comrade was. Wait a minute. Wang Yao went to the next room to decoct the medicine for him. If it was the same as yesterday, it would take a while. It was only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but the sky outside had already darkened. In the room, the firewood was burning, giving out a warm light. Wang Yao sat quietly on the wooden bench, like an old monk in meditation. Is the medicine still not ready? Don't worry. Du Baozhan carefully looked at the furnishings in the room. He had been to this room several times, but he had never looked at it so carefully like today. It was not that he was curious, but he was really bored waiting. He found that the room was so simple. There were a few tables and a set of medicine boxes. That was all. Such a simple thing with such extraordinary medical skills made him feel some admiration. The smell of medicine drifted in from the window. At this moment, he had a deep admiration and interest for ancient medicine. At this moment, he had such a thought. What on earth did I study in college? With a creak, the door opened. The medicine is ready. Wang Yao repeated the same words, but this time the time was longer. Come back in a month for a follow-up. A month? Yes, if you can endure the first time, you can endure the second time. You have to have confidence in yourself. Okay, I have confidence, Du Baozhan said. Be careful on the road. It was dark, and the snow from the day before had not completely melted. The road was not as smooth as when it had just snowed. It was easier to slip. Wang Yao was reminding him out of kindness. Xiaobao, how do you feel now? Not much, but I feel good, the young man said. That's good. I feel that Dr. Wang's attitude towards us is much better this time. They could clearly feel that Wang Yao's attitude towards them had improved, but they did not know the reason. It was late at night. A cup of tea and a scroll of Taoist scriptures. In the deep mountains, Wang Yao's not loud chanting seemed to be able to spread far away. The next day, Tong Wei came. She came very suddenly. She did not inform Wang Yao in advance. In the cold weather, a beautiful woman stood there, her face flushed red. Why did you come back so suddenly? Why didn't you tell me? I just wanted to give you a surprise, Tong Wei said with a smile. Something on her mind? Wang Yao could feel that something was on Tong Wei's mind. Although her smile was still sweet, it did not feel as natural as before. Is it snowing in Dao? Yes, Tong Wei said with a smile. How did you come back? I hitchhiked. It happened to pass by Lianshan County. The two of them stayed in the clinic for a long time. She was still beautiful. This was the conversation, communication, and interaction between the two of them, but it was not as intimate as before. It was not Wang Yao who was holding back, but Tong Wei. He did not know what had happened, and he did not ask in detail. He just wanted to take the opportunity to spend more time with Tong Wei. Zhang Xiuying prepared a sumptuous lunch at noon. She even called Wang Ru and Du Mingyang home. The whole family was in high spirits. They were all very happy, at least on the surface. Uncle, Auntie, according to the company's arrangement, I'm going to stay in the United States for a while. When they were chatting after dinner, Tong Wei told him the news. Wang Yao's parents and sister were surprised. Going abroad again? Zhang Xiuying asked. Yes, Tong Wei replied with a smile. In fact, as a traditional elder, Zhang Xiuying still agreed with the division of labor in life. The main focus of a girl should be on the family, assisting the husband and teaching the children. The outside affairs were left to the man to deal with. She worked hard and earned money to support the family. Therefore, she did not agree with Tong Wei's decision to always go abroad. It would not be good if she still did that after marriage. She knew a little about Wang Yao's current income. It was definitely not a small amount. It was more than enough to support the family. However, she did not say it out loud. After all, she had not married into the Wang family yet. Even if she did, she could not say it out loud. Are you going alone? No, I'm going with my colleagues in the company. You have to take care of yourself when you're out alone. Although she did not want Tong Wei to go out, she still said something that an elder should say. After lunch, Tong Wei went to Wang Yao's bedroom. Do you have something on your mind? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Nothing. Tong Wei shook her head with a smile. If you have something on your mind, just say it. Don't keep it in your heart. I just feel uneasy. Tong Wei's answer surprised Wang Yao a little. Why are you uneasy? I'm just worried, Tong Wei said. This time, she came back with a lot on her mind. It was because of work and another thing. She stayed at Wang Yao's house for a long time. She talked a lot with Wang Yao, but it made Wang Yao a little confused. "What's wrong with you?" "Nothing." Tong Wei still gave the same answer. In the evening, she did not stay for dinner. Instead, she asked Wang Yao to send her home. Coincidentally, there were guests at Tong Wei's house. They were her mother's two sisters. They had originally planned to have dinner at home, but they suddenly changed their mind and went to a restaurant. Wang Yao did not go with them. He said goodbye to Tong Wei and drove home alone. Chapter 459. Their meeting this time was very strange. It couldn't be described in words. There was a barrier between them, like a wall. This barrier was very sudden and appeared out of nowhere. The reason was Tong Wei. Wang Yao didn't know what had happened to her during this time in Dao to make her change like this. He wanted to have a good conversation with Tong Wei, but he felt that she seemed to have changed and hidden her heart. Let's wait. He decided to wait. Tong Wei called him back at noon. She didn't invite him to her home because she was not in a good mood and wanted to be alone. She really needed to be alone. As for the reason, only she knew. Tong Wei came and left in a hurry. When she left, she only said hello to Wang Yao. She didn't even see him. "What's wrong with me?" she asked herself more than once these days. Wang Yao was very calm. Let nature take its course. This was his idea. In fact, he wanted to ask Tong Wei. He even wanted to go to Dao to accompany her, but he decided to wait. The car was very slow on the road. "Xiao Wei, what's wrong?" her colleague asked softly. Tong Wei was looking out of the window. There was nothing outside. Both sides of the road were continuous farmland. It was winter, so there was nothing. It was bleak. There was nothing to see. "Nothing." "I think you have something on your mind," her colleague said. "When you were in Dao, you came back in a hurry to meet your lover. How is it?" "Same as usual." Tong Wei was a little absent-minded when chatting with her colleague. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao stood on the hill and looked into the distance. The hill was not high, but he could see far away from the top of the hill. San Xian stood next to him and wagged his tail. "San Xian, what do you think women are thinking?" "Well, woof." San Xian barked twice. "Am I not taking enough initiative?" In the whistling cold wind, he stayed on the hill for the whole morning. He sat on the rock and looked into the distance. It seemed that he was comprehending some mystery between heaven and earth. He felt relaxed and at ease. There were people waiting anxiously at the foot of the mountain. Lu Xian came over early in the morning. According to Wang Yao, he should have recovered from his illness. He also felt that his body was much more relaxed these days. The occasional pain in his abdomen had completely disappeared. Today, he came to see Wang Yao to see if he had recovered from his illness, but after waiting for nearly 2 hours, he didn't see Wang Yao at all. Is he not in the clinic today? He was not willing to come here in vain, not to mention that he came here with good hopes, so he kept waiting. By noon, his stomach was already growling, and then he saw a person walking slowly from the mountain road. "It's finally here." Huh? Wang Yao didn't expect that there would be someone waiting for him at this time. "It's you?" "Hello, Dr. Wang. When did you come?" "I've been here for a while." "Sorry to have kept you waiting." "It's fine." He opened the door and invited him into the clinic. "How have you been feeling recently?" "Much better," Lu Xian said. "I've taken all the medicine you prescribed for me. According to what you said, I should have recovered by now. So I came to see you." "Oh, let me take a look at you." Wang Yao sat down and carefully examined him. "Well, the recovery is quite good," Wang Yao said. "All the poisonous insects in your body have been removed. The illness is cured." "Really?" Lu Xian was very happy to hear that. "Yes. Thank you so much." He was so happy that he cried. This period of time was quite torturous for him. The pain in his body was secondary. The most important thing was the burden on his mind. He was on tenterhooks all day long. When he slept at night, he was prone to have nightmares. He dreamed that he vomited blood and fell ill in bed. He dreamed that he was separated from his family forever. He would wake up in the middle of the night with cold sweat all over his body. Since he came to see Wang Yao, this situation was getting worse day by day. Until today, when he heard the news, he really cried. Wang Yao didn't say anything. He just looked at him quietly. He could understand the patient's feelings. It was just like Wei Hai that day. He thought that it was a terminal illness, and his body was getting worse and worse. It looked like he was about to die, but he miraculously recovered. This kind of change, great sorrow and great joy, was just like this. Pay attention to your diet. Your body needs to be nourished. Oh, okay, thank you. After expressing his gratitude again, he left. Another one. The deadline of the task of treating difficult and complicated diseases was more than a month. He finished less than half of the task. In Jing, doctor, can you take a look at me again? I'm not very confident about this illness, Luan Hengran said. With a thump, Luan Hengran sat on the ground. His eyes were dull. It was as if his soul had been taken away by ghosts. In the past few days, from Lianshan County to Wei City, and then to the provincial capital, he had visited no less than 10 hospitals and found many famous doctors for his ulcers and ringworm. However, none of them had a good solution. Finally, he came to Beijing, but the result was that he received such an answer. Lianshan County was almost the best hospital in the country. The doctor was also almost the best doctor. Well, I'll introduce you to someone. Do you want to see him? The doctor wrote a note and handed it to him. Oh, okay, thank you. Luan Hengran thanked him again and left. Professor, what's his illness? There are many types of parasites and bacteria. It's very troublesome to treat them. Look at this report. The liver is already failing. I've seen a similar case before. That person ate snake meat, then suddenly, his body grew ringworm like snake scales. It's quite troublesome to treat. Did you recommend him to that person? Yes, he's good at treating this. Sometimes you have to admit that Chinese medicine is better than Western medicine in treating some special diseases. Although our hospital is one of the top hospitals in the country, not every professional department is the best. Some are weak, and some are strong. Even the top hospitals dare not say that all their departments are the best in the country, the doctor in his 40s said after taking a sip of tea. There's an operation in the afternoon. Okay, you'll go with me. Okay. It was a little cold in the medical center. Zhou Wui's upper body was naked. There were many silver needles in his back. Well, the quality of these needles is still not good, Wang Yao thought. The needles he was using now were just ordinary acupuncture needles. He said that they were silver needles, but he felt that they were not. A good horse deserved a good saddle. Lu Bu also needed a red hair horse. If you let him ride a donkey, he would not be able to be as powerful as the 3 heroes who fought Lu Bu. You also know acupuncture? Zhou Xiong, who was standing at the side, asked in surprise. I know a little. Wang Yao's needles were not fast. His hands were very steady. A thin needle felt like he was holding a gold ingot. Steady. Shangguan Jinhong's Dragon Phoenix ring was ranked second in the weaponry chart. It was not strange but steady. It was a little far-fetched, but it was true. As a doctor, his hands had to be steady and his heart had to be ruthless. The needles had to be steady. If he stabbed the wrong acupoint, he could die. When he was on the operating table, he had to be steady. He could not make a mistake. If he cut the wrong acupoint, he would sew it up and do it again. This could really kill people. He would be beaten to death. Are you cold? Wang Yao saw the old man lying on the bed trembling slightly. A little. Hiss, phew. He did not see Wang Yao move, but the old man felt that his body was much warmer. How did he do it? He was very surprised. Releasing Neishi, a 3-foot wall of air. This was impossible. He was stunned. Zhou Xiong was also stunned. Wang Yao massaged the acupoints and treated the old man with acupuncture for the whole afternoon. The uncle and nephew did not come back to their senses for a long time. I didn't expect you to reach this level at such a young age, the old man exclaimed. What? Wang Yao was stunned. Releasing Neishi, communicating with heaven and earth. Oh, I have to thank you for the fifth scripture. Wang Yao smiled. It's a waste to leave that book here, the old man said. I feel much better these days. Can I try to use my Neishi? Zhou Wei asked. You can try, but your Neishi is a little overbearing. I have some insights from the Taoist scriptures, the old man said. That's a good thing. Chapter 460. It was almost 5 o'clock when they left the clinic, and the sky was completely dark. Drive safe, Zhou Xiong said. Okay, thank you, Zhou Xiong said. Zhou Wei and Zhou Xiong left the village and went back to Lianshan town center by car. Uncle, what level do you think Dr. Wang has reached? Zhou Xiong asked. It's hard to say, but it's the first time I've seen someone reach such a level in all my years of travel, Zhou Wei said. How old is he? Zhou Xiong asked. There's no seniority in learning, Zhou Wei said. The master is the master. There are people in the world who are born with knowledge. It was cold and dry the next day. It was an auspicious day. Firecrackers went off for a while. Sun Yunxing moved to a new house. Not many people came. After all, this was not his hometown to begin with. Sun Jingrong was still dealing with some things abroad. Sun Yunxing, Uncle Lin, and 3 other people, 2 men and 1 woman, were here to take care of his daily life and protect his safety. Some villagers came to join in the fun. Some people went into the new house to have a look. It's so beautiful and classy. That was what they thought. It was the first time they saw a house in the countryside could be so beautiful. How much money did it cost? This matter became the topic of gossip before and after tea in the village. At noon, Wang Yao stayed to have lunch with them. The cook was the woman in her 30s. Her cooking skills were excellent. It was authentic Shandong cuisine, but it was mainly refreshing. She was not an ordinary chef. How is the taste? It's very good, Wang Yao said. That's good, Sun Yunxing said with a smile. I'm sorry to trouble you in the future. It's okay, Wang Yao said with a smile. What trouble could it cause? It was just seeing a doctor. It was more convenient. It was also good for his recovery. I'll go to Jing in a few days, Wang Yao said. Are you going to treat Miss Su? Yes, I'll prepare the medicine for you. You just need to take it regularly. Okay. After dinner, Wang Yao went straight to the clinic. Near evening, 2 people arrived. They were both men in their 30s. Their faces were slightly pale and their steps were weak. These 2 people were from out of town. Hello, are you Dr. Wang? Yes, sit down and talk. After the 2 of them sat down, they explained the purpose of their visit. They were biological brothers, and both of them had come to seek treatment. Their illness was a little strange. Cold sweat. The 2 brothers had the same illness. Under what circumstances do you sweat easily? When you're nervous, it's easy to sweat if you move a little. The symptoms of the 2 brothers were basically the same. Come, let me show you. Wang Yao checked their pulses. You 2 have different diseases, Wang Yao said after the diagnosis. Different? Yes. Wang Yao looked at the 2 of them. You sweat easily because your body is weak. You catch a cold easily, right? Wang Yao asked one of them. Ah, yes, that's the case, the man said. Your treatment is relatively easy, Wang Yao said. Take some supplemental food and medicine appropriately. Pay attention to your daily activities. Your body will slowly recover. The man's body was weak. This was because his foundation was not good and needed to be supplemented. After his vitality caught up, the problem would naturally weaken and disappear. As for you, Wang Yao looked at the remaining man. In addition to his pale face, He also had deep eye bag. You know the reason, right? How would I know? The slightly taller man did not dare to look into Wang Yao's eyes. He was obviously guilty. You don't need me to treat your illness. It will be better if you change it. If you don't change it, it will only get worse. Dr. Wang, what illness does my brother have? The man next to him hurriedly asked. Excessive indulgence, Wang Yao said coldly. Wang Yao did not tell the truth. He had seen it just now. He was 30 years old, but his vitality was so weak. Obviously, he had spent a lot of energy on women. If it went on like this, his foundation would be completely damaged. By then, it would be too late to regret. When the man heard Wang Yao's words, his face became very ugly. How far are you from here? Wang Yao did not care about his feelings and asked the other man. We are from Dao, the man said. Are you from Dao? Wang Yao was surprised. Why would people from Dao come here to see a doctor? Wang Yao was also surprised. We have relatives here, the man said. We came here to visit them. We chatted about you and heard that you have excellent medical skills, so we came to see you. His eyes were pure, and he looked even more sincere. This is the prescription. Go back and get the medicine according to the prescription. The way to take it is also written on it. Deer antler, astragalus, Codonopsis palacula, wolfberry, licorice. Wang Yao's prescription was not complicated. He just changed the prescription for consolidation of corporeity slightly. It was all common medicine. Thank you. The man took it and thanked him. What about me? The younger brother hurriedly asked. I told you, you can treat your illness yourself. You can prescribe medicine. I'll pay for it. It's getting late. You should go back. Wang Yao waved his hand to see them out. No. Let's go. The older brother paid the money and took the lead. After leaving the clinic, he asked his younger brother, When did you get this disease? He did not know that his unmarried younger brother had this disease. No wonder a very strong person had become thinner in the past 2 years. You are a full man. You don't know the hunger of a hungry man, the younger brother said angrily. You can find a girl to marry. Our family is so poor. We can't even afford a house. How can we get married? When your sister-in-law and I got married, we didn't buy a house. Aren't we still living? How can your life be called living? It's so tiring. No matter how tiring you are, you still have a home. Forget it. I won't argue with you. You should take care of yourself. Don't ruin your health. I know what I'm doing. There were always such people in the world. When you scolded them, they had a million reasons for you to scold them. You were obviously good for them, but they thought you were looking for trouble. They simply did not listen to you. When you regretted it, it was too late. Yes. For people who did not cherish their health, Wang Yao was too lazy to care. It was getting colder and colder in the winter. Since moving to the mountain village, Sun Yunxing went to Wang Yao almost every day to receive massage and acupuncture treatment. The speed of his recovery was increasing every day. At this rate, Wang Yao estimated that it would take less than 10 days to remove all the yang toxins in his body. In addition to treating Sun Yunxing, Wang Yao also went to the home of Pan Jun's relative. He applied acupuncture, neishi, and massage. All kinds of skills were used one after another. The effect was very obvious. The old man could move. His arms and legs could move. Although his movements were still a little slow and unnatural, the improvement was obvious. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Wang. The elderly couple expressed their gratitude to Wang Yao more than once. Wang Yao responded with a smile. "TSK, your medical skills are really amazing," Pan Jun exclaimed. He had been a doctor for more than 10 years. He had seen many patients and many experts, but Wang Yao was definitely the best among them. He was young, but his medical skills were superb. He could even cure a paralyzed person lying on the bed. This was a miracle. If this medical skill could be popularized, it would be amazing. "Dr. Wang, can I ask you something?" Go ahead. Are you accepting apprentices? Apprentices? What do you mean? Wang Yao was stunned. I'm studying medicine. Medicine? I don't have this intention for the time being. Why? Nothing. To be honest, I want to learn from you, Pan Jun said. You? Yes. Hey, let me tell you, I'm serious. It's not a whim, Pan Jun said very seriously. In fact, he had had this idea for a while, but at the beginning, he felt that he was not familiar with Wang Yao. If he made this request rashly, it would be too abrupt, and Wang Yao would not agree. As the two gradually became familiar with each other, he also knew Wang Yao's character, so he dared to make this request. Are you studying Western medicine? Yes, clinical medicine, Pan Jun said. Chapter 461. He was a serious professional. He was considered a top student at that time. The basic concepts of Chinese medicine and Western medicine are completely different, Wang Yao said with a smile. I know that. In fact, I have also learned Chinese medicine. You have? Wang Yao asked. Yes, my grandfather is a doctor. My father is a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. It's a family tradition, Pan Jun said. He was telling the truth. His family had been practicing medicine for 3 generations. Oh! Wang Yao was a little surprised. Well, I'm not greedy. I just want to learn the massage technique from you, Pan Jun said. He studied Western medicine. Although he had learned a little Chinese medicine from his father, it would be difficult for him to start from scratch. Moreover, he did not have the energy to do so now. He knew Wang Yao was capable, but he thought it would be easier for him to learn how to massage. To learn massage, you have to recognize the acupoints first. Do you know this? I have to learn it now. Then learn it. So, you agree? I can teach you part of it. How much you can learn depends on your ability. Okay, thank you, Professor. Pan Jun bowed very solemnly. Hey, we are friends. You are not my apprentice. How can that be? Etiquette cannot be broken. Wang Yao pushed again and again. Pan Jun gave in again and again. In this way, Wang Yao accepted his first apprentice. He was not in a hurry to teach Pan Jun the massage technique. He could not even recognize the acupoints now. Learn to recognize the acupoints first. Wang Yao recommended a few books to him. To practice, the most basic theory must be mastered. Okay. They stayed with the 2 old men for a while. Then they left. How long do you think it will take for my uncle to recover? 7 to 10 days, Wang Yao said. After today's acupuncture, some of the blockages in the old man's meridians had been cleared. This was a good thing. However, the old man's meridians were fragile. He could not be too hasty. He could only take it slowly and gradually according to the treatment method. Otherwise, it would be as bad as not doing enough. As long as he can recover, that's good, Pan Jun said. My aunt said that she doesn't need to recover to normal. She just needs to be able to take care of herself. What kind of recovery is that? Wang Yao said with a smile. If he were to treat the old man, he would naturally do his best. With the old man's current condition, it would not be a problem for him to recover. After returning from the mountain village, Wang Yao went home first. He had something to eat and then went to the clinic. There was a car parked outside the clinic. Someone was waiting outside. It's you? Seeing this person, Wang Yao had an impression of him. He was the father of the young man who had resisted his drug addiction with his own willpower. Hello, Dr. Wang. Come in and talk. He opened the door and let them in. Because of your son? No, it's for myself, that person said. You have a bad heart? Yes, my heart isn't good, the middle-aged man said. He had a heart condition. He was old and had been taking medicine for years. He couldn't have big mood swings. He couldn't be sad, happy, or angry. He also had to pay attention to his diet to avoid all kinds of stimulation. His quality of life was seriously affected. Once he had an attack, he felt uncomfortable and worried all day long. He was afraid that he would die. The last time he came, he heard from Dr. Wang that he had heart disease. At that time, he was a little surprised. Dr. Wang had just taken a look at him. After his son's drug addiction treatment, he knew that this young man's doctor was very capable and might be able to treat his disease. Therefore, he came to see Wang Yao. "What do you think of this disease?" "Wait a moment." Wang Yao checked his pulse. After a while, he had a conclusion. "You suffered a lot when you were young, right?" "Yes," the middle-aged man said. "When he was young, his family was poor. He wanted to be outstanding, but it was not that simple. He went from the countryside to the city. He had no knowledge and no skills. He could only work hard. In order to earn money, he was willing to do any hard work. He ate and slept in the wind and the wind. Later, he met his benefactor. His life changed. Now, his family business was successful, but his body was ill. Overworking, overtired. Worrying and tiring. This word made sense. A considerable number of people exchanged their health for money in the first half of their life. In the second half of their life, they had money to buy health. "I can cure your disease," Wang Yao said. "Really?" The middle-aged man was shocked. He had seen many experts in big hospitals and taken a lot of medicine. However, there was no improvement. He could only maintain his condition with medicine and did not worsen. "Of course, come back in 3 days," Wang Yao said. He could cure the disease, but not today. He needed to prepare some medicine. Okay. The middle-aged man left after paying the consultation fee. 4 people who came to seek medical treatment, Wang Yao collected the consultation fee according to the person. He did not lack the money, but there were rules to practice medicine. The fees ranged from 10 to 100 yuan. Unknowingly, a day had passed. "Your grandma's illness is cured. She said she feels much better," Zhang Xiuying said during dinner at home. "Well, that's good. I'll find time to see her again." "Tong Wei left?" "Yes, she left a few days ago," Wang Yao said. "When will she come back from the United States?" "Before the new year." "Will you settle your matter by then?" "We'll see," Wang Yao said after hesitating for a while. The matter between the two of them would have to wait. Wang Yao went up Nanshan Hill at night. It was very quiet on the hill. There were a few licorice roots near the pool. They were nearly 10 centimeters tall. Chongyang, heart pores, nourishes the 5 viscera and opens the 9 apertures. It was a medium-grade licorice root. This should be useful for heart disease. He prepared a prescription with Chongyang as the main ingredient. He wanted to see how effective it was. 3 days. At night, he read scriptures as usual. Until late at night. The air in Jing was a little dirty in the morning. Many people felt their throats were dry and painful after waking up. Lu Xiaomei got up very early. She had to go to the hospital for a checkup today. Ring. Buzz. She received a text message. It was from Yu Chongyang. He had gone to the United States and hoped she could go there. She didn't respond. After breakfast, she went to the hospital. Su Changhe had been waiting there for a long time. She had a checkup in the morning. Her condition is very good. This was the reply from Director Sun, which made both of them very happy. He prescribed some medicine for Lu Xiaomei. Continue to take it. She should be able to recover. He thought the medicine he prescribed had an effect, so he secretly recorded the case as a reference in the future. As for the truth, of course, Su Changhe didn't tell him. Okay, thank you. There was a smile on Lu Xiaomei's face. After all, she saw hope. The medicine prescribed by Dr. Wang has been used up. I'm going to Lianshan County tomorrow and the day after. Okay, do you need me to go with you? No, Lu Xiaomei said. I've already troubled you with this matter. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao was preparing to decoct the medicine. Cinnamon, glossy Ganoderma, kudzu root, ginseng, and chongyang. Wang Yao recombined the ingredients according to an ancient prescription in treatise on miscellaneous diseases. He didn't touch the other herbs except for Chongyang. He felt it was the finishing touch. On Nanshan Hill, the cold wind was whistling. In the battle array, it was as warm as spring. The firewood was burning, neither too fast nor too slow. Wang Yao quietly watched the changes of the herbal soup in the multifunctional pot for herbs. The herbs had to be added one by one. The color of the herbal soup was changing, and the taste of the medicine was also changing. It was a process to avoid impatience when decocting the medicine. It was a process of all kinds of medicine being balanced. In the sky outside, although the sun was still shining, it was too cold to stretch out one's hand. On the mountain road, an old man in his 60s was taking a walk. The old man was slightly fat, but his steps were strong. The way he walked was different from ordinary people. It seemed that he was walking according to some kind of footwork. He saw the green in the distance on the mountain. It was particularly eye-catching in the bleak atmosphere, like an oasis in the desert. He was very curious, so he hurried over. He didn't walk very fast, but in a short time, he had covered a long distance. It didn't take long for him to reach the hillside of Nanshan Hill. He was a person who practiced martial arts, so his perception was naturally more sensitive. He could clearly feel that the mountain forest was different. Before he got close to it, the biting cold mountain wind showed signs of being eliminated. It became more obvious after he took a few steps. The trees. He saw the trees, the moving trees, which made him dizzy. He closed his eyes as soon as he saw the trees. Even so, he was still affected to some extent. He was a little dizzy, and his qi and blood were surging. He took a few deep breaths to calm down, but the shock in his heart was even greater. Battle array, such a thing really existed in the world, and it was in this small mountain village. Wang Yao. He immediately thought of who had done such a miraculous thing on the mountain. It was the young man. It turned out that not only was his martial arts cultivation extraordinary, but he was also proficient in battle arrays. There was a low growl from the other end of the woods, which was a little dull. He vaguely saw a dog at the other end of the trees, a very big dog. "What's wrong, San Xian?" A young man's voice came from the cottage. Wang Yao pushed the door open and came out. Yes, it was him. He didn't expect the old man who accompanied Sun Yunxing to come to the mountain. "What's the matter?" Wang Yao asked. "Nothing, I admire you," the old man outside said. "You flatter me." Wang Yao smiled. He didn't do anything, but the shaking of the trees was reduced a lot. A road suddenly appeared in the seemingly dense trees. The old man came to the herbal field with mixed feelings of anxiety, surprise, and mystery. The most intuitive feeling was the physical comfort. His breathing was smooth and his mood was relaxed. He felt like he was bathing in the spring breeze. He once had such a feeling on the mountain of the Taoist Holy Land, but it was not as strong as now. There were many kinds of herbs in the herbal field, which he was not good at. "Please come in." Wang Yao invited him into the cottage, and made him a cup of tea. The tea was camellia, which was stir-fried by Linha. Chapter 462. "Good tea," the old man exclaimed. He was used to drinking green tea, but it was the first time he had tasted such a fragrant tea. "What kind of tea is this?" "It's just outside. I planted it myself." Wang Yao pointed outside the window. There were indeed several tea trees in the herbal field outside the cottage. They were quite lush with green leaves. The old man looked around the cottage while drinking tea. It was very simple, even shabby. It was hard to imagine that there was such a master living in such a cottage. Yes, he was a master. His medical skills were extraordinary. His martial arts were extraordinary. He was also proficient in magical battle arrays. Any one of these skills would make him a giant among men, but all these amazing skills belonged to one person. God really loved this young man. He sighed. I didn't expect Dr. Wang to know the art of Chimenduanjiao, the old man said. Ah, I know a little. Wang Yao smiled. Chimenduanjiao? He only knew a little about battle arrays. The old man drank a cup of green tea and then left. After he left, he turned around and saw the road behind him had disappeared. It was all the dense trees. What a battle array! In terms of fist techniques, he could be considered proficient. However, he really didn't know anything about these things. He was completely clueless. On the way down the mountain, the weather changed very quickly. It was as warm as spring on the mountain, but cold wind whistled at the foot of the mountain. It was winter. Amazing! The old man turned around and looked at the mountain. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have thought that such a thing could happen. If he hadn't experienced it himself, he wouldn't have believed that there was such an amazing person in the world. He walked along the mountain road and returned to the house. He sat in the yard and looked at the sky. Uncle Lin, what's wrong? Sun Yunxing came out of the house and saw him. Nothing, the old man got up and smiled. I just went out for a walk and saw Dr. Wang. Oh, he also likes morning exercise? No, he lives on the mountain, in a forest, in a cottage. He lives on the mountain? Yes, he is a celestial. The old man said. What? I said Dr. Wang is a celestial. The old man took a deep breath. A celestial? Sun Yunxing was stunned for quite a while. Uncle Lin, what did you see on the mountain? I saw the other side of Dr. Wang. The other side? You'll know when there's a chance. By the way, don't go to the mountain too often. The old man reminded him. He could feel that Wang Yao didn't seem to like outsiders coming to Nanshan Hill. Greeting him was just out of politeness, or perhaps he had some other purpose. Could it be, maybe I'm thinking too much? In the morning, Wang Yao came down from the mountain. Sun Yunxing and Uncle Lin were waiting outside the clinic. Come in. The treatment went smoothly as usual. In the afternoon, Sun Jingrong came back from abroad and went directly to the mountain village. He was very happy to see his son's recovery. At the same time, he talked with Uncle Lin alone for a while. Is what you said true? Really? Why don't we invite Dr. Wang over for dinner tonight? Okay, I'll go invite him. Let's eat. No need. Please do come. It just so happens that Master has returned. Well, okay. After Uncle Lin left, Wang Yao looked around at home but couldn't find a suitable gift. He always went to eat at Sun Yunxing's house, so he had to bring something to show his sincerity. Although Sun Yunxing was not short of money, it represented his sincerity. Wang Yao thought about it but couldn't think of anything to bring. In the end, he decided to bring a cup of tea. He hadn't drunk the tea that Chen Buiyuan brought from Jing. Oh, you're too polite. Sun Jingrong prepared a very sumptuous dinner for Wang Yao. There were even precious seafood specially transported from Dao City. It's so sumptuous. In fact, from the perspective of health, dinner should be light. Of course, Wang Yao was not in good health, so it didn't matter what he ate. However, Sun Yunxing couldn't. His body had not fully recovered, so he had to pay attention to his diet. A considerable number of people's diseases were because they couldn't control their mouth. Diseases came from the mouth. People ate indiscriminately and overeat without restraint. The word restraint was very important to health. Because it was night, Wang Yao didn't need to go out, so he drank less wine. Are you injured? Huh? You can tell? Sun Jingrong was surprised. He had a small problem when he went abroad this time. He was injured, but it was only a minor injury. It didn't get in the way. It's just a small injury. It doesn't get in the way. After dinner, I'll take a look at you. Okay. Huh? While eating, Sun Jingrong felt a slight pain in his abdomen. It was like being pricked by needles. It was exactly where he was injured. However, it disappeared in a flash, so he didn't care. After the meal, a nanny served tea. They chatted in the living room. About half an hour after dinner, Wang Yao gave Sun Jingrong a diagnosis. What is this? This diagnosis shocked him greatly. Your injury is not light, Wang Yao said. What? Sun Jingrong was very surprised. Who hurt you? Wang Yao asked. Well, it was a tattooed man with a short spear in his hand. He stabbed me here, Sun Jingrong said. Let me take a look at your wound. Sun Jingrong lifted his shirt to reveal the wound on his abdomen. It seemed to have healed, but there was a slight bruise around it. It didn't seem to be a problem. Wang Yao reached out and gently pressed it. Does it hurt? Ouch, it hurts. You've been poisoned, Wang Yao said. What poison? Yes. But after I was injured, I went to see a doctor abroad. They didn't say anything about being poisoned. When he was injured abroad, he went to a very famous local clinic and asked a very famous doctor to help him check and treat the wound. The doctor said it was just an ordinary knife wound. He treated it at the time. Later, his recovery was slightly slower. There was no other abnormality. How could he be poisoned? If it was someone else who said it, he would have doubted it. However, it was different when it was said by Wang Yao. He knew what Wang Yao was capable of. If he said it was poison, it must be poison. It was the foreign doctor who was wrong. Your poison is still strange. Strange? How strange? Goo poison. Goo poison. Sun Jingrong's face changed. He had heard of this kind of thing. It was different from novels or movies. This kind of thing did exist in reality and was very scary. Yes. Fortunately, the injury is relatively light, and the time of poisoning is not too long. The goo poison has not penetrated into the internal organs. Otherwise, it would be troublesome. Master? Uncle Lin's face became very ugly. It doesn't matter. Isn't Dr. Wang here? Please treat me. It's late now. Come to my clinic tomorrow. Okay. Then, Wang Yao left. Master, what's going on? Yes, father. An old enemy. I didn't expect to meet him in that place. After so many years, he has learned something and has some strength, haha, Sun Jingrong said. But you don't have to worry. That was abroad. This is in China. Sun Jingrong's body exuded an invisible momentum. He was like a tiger. How could he be ordinary when he had worked so hard to build a big family business? After returning home, Wang Yao stretched his parents a few times and went to Nanshan Hill. Goo poison? This was the first time Wang Yao had seen this kind of disease. It was not simply a poisonous insect. It was just a poisonous insect that was difficult to see with the naked eye. It was injected into Sun Jingrong's body through the blade and then entered the blood circulation. Under suitable conditions, it quickly grew and reproduced. If this kind of goo poison was put in the hands of other doctors, it would be very difficult to cure because these poisonous insects were completely different from ordinary parasites. They would circulate throughout the body with the blood circulation and lay eggs very quickly. For Wang Yao, it was not difficult because he had licorice root. Miasma grass. Miasma grass. Avoid miasma and eliminate poisonous insect. It was the nemesis of goo poison. System, is this a difficult-to-treat disease? He asked, almost subconsciously. Yes. Oh, after hearing the answer, he was a little surprised because when he diagnosed at night, he did not feel that the goo poison was particularly serious. Now, it was judged as a difficult-to-treat disease by the system. What was going on? Let's treat it first. Chapter 463. It was actually not difficult to treat goo poison. At least, in Wang Yao's opinion, it was not difficult. A leaf of miasma grass and ancient spring water. Sometimes, the more complicated the medicine was, the better. The effect would be known the next day. That night, Wang Yao read some books on the hill and looked up some information about the records of venomous insects. This kind of thing, which was regarded as witchcraft, was mostly found in the south. It was popular in some remote places and used poisonous insects to harm people. In fact, goo insects could also cure diseases and save people. That night, Sun Jingrong did not sleep well at the foot of the mountain. He did not even sleep at all. Firstly, he was thinking about what Wang Yao said that night. Then, he thought about many other things that happened a long time ago. Secondly, his body was indeed uncomfortable. He didn't know if it was a psychological effect or if it was the effect of the venomous insect. He felt abdominal pain as if something was biting inside. However, the pain was dull and not so obvious. I hope Dr. Wang can help me solve this problem tomorrow. When Uncle Lin got up in the morning, he saw Sun Jingrong's complexion was not very good. He went forward and asked, "Master, did you not sleep well last night?" "Well, it's not bad." "Is it because of the goo poison?" "Yes, I can't hide it from you." "I have been with you for decades," Uncle Lin said. Just as the two of them were talking, someone brought tea over. "Is it those people?" "Yes, it's them. Back then, I was soft-hearted and gave them a way out, but they did not know what was good for them. They are getting worse and worse." "This is considered a chance encounter," Sun Jingrong said. "It's easy to dodge an open attack, but difficult to guard against a hidden arrow. They are from Miaojiang. The goo poison is strange and unpredictable. We have already suffered a loss once." Crack! The cup in Sun Jingrong's hand cracked. His face became very ugly. It seemed that he thought of something that made him very angry. "Master! What a pity!" Sun Jingrong gently put the broken cup on the table. "Let's go. We have to trouble Dr. Wang." "Master! Dr. Wang is a celestial." "What?" Sun Jingrong suddenly stopped. "Celestial?" "Yes, I've been up the mountain and seen his amazing methods. I've accompanied my master for so many years, but I've never seen such a person," the old man said. "Oh, is there anything special about his mountain?" "That mountain is a blessed land and a paradise." "What?" Sun Jingrong was shocked again. In the eyes of most people, this kind of thing was a legend. It didn't exist in reality, but it did exist in reality. And some people knew about its existence. For example, Sun Jingrong. In his early years, he had seen all kinds of magical things in a place. It was also that fortuitous encounter that made him the foundation of today's wind and cloud, but also made him a troublesome enemy. "Are you sure?" "Old master, have you forgotten that I accompanied you back then?" After hearing this, Sun Jingrong paced back and forth in the courtyard with a thoughtful look on his face. A place like this shouldn't have appeared. "Yes, that mountain is only a few hundred meters tall, and it's surrounded by mounds. It couldn't be more normal," Elder Lin said. "Because of him?" "I guess so," Sun Jingrong said. "There's a Chiman Duanjia battle array on the mountain." "Well, don't say any more," Sun Jingrong said. "If you keep talking, I can't help but want to have a look. Don't tell Yunxing about this." "Okay. Let's go and visit Dr. Wang." At 9 a.m., Wang Yao came down from the mountain. He saw Sun Jingrong and the old man waiting outside the clinic. "Hello, Dr. Wang," Sun Jingrong said. "Hello, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting." He opened the door and let the two people into the clinic. "Didn't you sleep well last night?" Wang Yao said. "Yes, I thought about something, and my stomach felt uncomfortable." "Maybe it's a psychological effect," Sun Jingrong said. "Well, wait a moment." Wang Yao went to the room next door. A leaf of grass and half a pot of water. The medicine was green and had a unique fragrance. It also had a subtle spicy taste. After a while, the medicine was ready. "A cup of clear soup. Drink it." Sun Jingrong drank it while it was hot. In less than 10 minutes, he felt his stomach was gurgling. It was like the water in a pot was boiling. Something was going to come out. Then, his stomach was slightly hot. "Sorry, I just go out." "Let him vomit in the basin," Wang Yao said to the old man next to him. Sun Jingrong went out of the room and went straight to the bathroom. The old man followed him. As soon as he went in, he vomited. In addition to the breakfast, there was blood and some sticky stuff. It looked like thick phlegm, but it was dark brown. Something was vaguely seen wriggling in it. Phew! Phew! Sun Jingrong gasped for breath. It was not over. He vomited in half a basin in the bathroom. His face became a little pale. He stood up with the help of the old man. Rinse your mouth. Wang Yao came over with a paper cup. Thank you. Sorry, it's dirty. I'll clean it up right away. The old man was about to clean up the stains on the floor. Don't worry. Wang Yao took out a bag of powder and sprinkled it evenly on the ground. He also sprinkled a considerable amount of powder in the basin. Sulfur could kill insects. In fact, these venomous insects would not live for long after they left the human body. This was because the miasma grass was quite potent. Any venomous insect that touched it would die. This was also why there were no venomous insects within a radius of more than 100 meters after Wang Yao planted a few miasma grass in the herbal field on the mountain. Even the spiritual black insect was afraid of it and stayed far away. He just did it for insurance. After all, these things could cause a lot of trouble if they went into the water. They were poisonous insects. They were different from the poisonous insects that Wei Hai and Lu Xian were infected with. Put it here first. Oh, okay. After vomiting, Wang Yao diagnosed him again. Well, a considerable amount has been eliminated. Take it according to this amount when you go back. No matter if it's vomit or feces, it must be thoroughly treated with sulfur powder before it can be discharged. Remember? Okay, I will remember. Thank you, Dr. Wang. How much is the medicine? 10,000. Oh, okay. Master, how do you feel? Well, my abdomen is still uncomfortable, Sun Jingrong said. I didn't expect to be offended like this again in my life, Sun Jingrong said. By the way, don't tell Yunxing when you go back. I can't hide this from him. Well, don't take the initiative to tell him. Okay. In the clinic, after they left, Wang Yao went to the bathroom again. He looked at the things that Sun Jingrong vomited. He took a stick and carefully looked at them. It was the first time he had seen poisonous insects. They were not big. They were as small as a grain of rice. They could not be seen, but they had a ferocious appearance. Wang Yao recorded the appearances of these venomous insects and drew them on the booklet. Ever since he had been strengthened, his mental strength had been improved, and he had been instilled with knowledge. In addition to having a better memory, his scribbling skills seemed to have improved several times. At the very least, he could draw flowers, plants, insects, and stones very realistically. How are these poisonous insects cultivated? Of course, he was purely curious. In the knowledge he received from the system, part of the herbs were insects. Among the people, insects such as scorpions, centipedes, and spiders could be used as medicine. They occupied a large category of Chinese medicine. After making sure that the poisonous insects were dead, he flushed them into the sewer. In the afternoon, another person came to the clinic. It was a middle-aged woman. Lu Xiaomei could have come earlier, but she was delayed by something at home. Well, you are much better, Wang Yao said after checking her condition. Thank you. You need to wait for another day. Come back tomorrow afternoon. I will give you another dose of medicine. Oh, okay. As soon as Lu Xiaomei left, Wang Mingbao entered the clinic. When did you come back? I came back last night. I drove all the way. I am exhausted, Wang Mingbao said. How is the progress with Ms. Han? It is very smooth. Let me tell you a piece of good news. She has completely broken up with her ex-boyfriend. The relationship between the two of us is about to be confirmed, Wang Mingbao said happily. Congratulations, how are the children in the mountain village? They are very good. After receiving our gift, they are very happy, Wang Mingbao said. One more thing, guess who I met? Who? Chapter 464. Dr. Long, what is he going to do there? Wang Yao was worried. Is he going to cause trouble? No, you think too much. Let me tell you, Dr. Long has changed, Wang Mingbao said. Changed? What do you mean? He went to do good deeds. He brought some books to the children and contacted a local hospital to give the children regular medical examinations for free. Really? Wang Yao was very surprised. After all, according to Dr. Long's temperament, he would never do something that did not benefit him. Yes, I can feel that he has changed. He has really changed. Well, that's a good thing, Wang Yao said with a smile. It seemed that the torture during that time had changed his outlook on life. I also went to Jia County to look at the road plan of the mountain village. By the way, when are they going to start the construction again? In March next year, after the heating is finished. It will take so long. Actually, I am still a little worried because I contacted a few people. According to them, the money may be used for other purposes, Wang Mingbao said. Wang Yao was silent. It was definitely possible. After all, that place was very poor. The county's finance did not have much money. There were holes everywhere that needed to be filled. It was not easy to get a few million from the higher-ups. The various departments would think of ways to get some money. Let's go and have a look later. Yes, let's go together. Wang Mingbao stayed with him for a long time. In the evening, they went to Wang Yao's house to have dinner together. At night, Wang Yao went to Nanshan Hill early. Sephora flavescens, Smilax rubra, Toerki, Bajiatong and Lingshanji. The last two Chinese herbs were both licorice roots. The amount added was very small, but the effect they could play was irreplaceable. They added the finishing touch and directly improved the quality of the medicine by a level. After the herbs were prepared, he held the Taoist scripture in his hand and read it in a low voice. On the mountain, the sound of chanting drifted out of the hut. San Xian was lying in his kennel. The goshawk stood on the branch. The black snake lay in the grass. They all listened quietly. At the foot of the mountain, in the new home, Sun Jingrong's face was slightly pale. In the sanitary room, there was a basin half filled with vomit, a considerable portion of which was blood. The old man was carefully spreading the sulfur evenly to ensure that these goo worms were killed. Dad, what's wrong with you? Sun Yunxing poured a cup of hot tea for his father and asked worriedly. It's nothing. I'm just a little injured. Have you talked to Dr. Wang? I've seen him and prescribed some medicine. It's nothing serious. You can go back to your room and sleep. Oh, okay. You should rest early too. Got it. When Sun Yunxing returned to the house, he bumped into the old woman who had just finished cleaning the bathroom. Uncle Lin, what's going on with my father? He's injured. I've already seen Dr. Wang. Young master, you don't have to worry, the old man said. Who hurt him? Sun Yunxing asked. You don't have to ask. Master will deal with it himself, the old woman said with a smile. Even if Sun Yunxing knew about it, he couldn't help. He might even be used by the other party. Oh, okay. Sun Yunxing turned and went back to his room to rest. The old woman was about to go to the living room when she received a phone call halfway. What? Okay, I see. After hanging up the phone, she slowly walked to the living room. Sun Jingrong was watching TV. Master, they've followed you here. They're here? Where are they? Sun Yunxing asked. They've come to Qi province and shown up in Dao, the old woman said. Haha, they're quite bold. They actually dare to come to Dao. Sun Jingrong was not anxious. They're doing this without fear. Did they invite someone? Well, it's possible. There are 1 or 2 difficult old men in their original village. Tomorrow, I'll go back to Dao. You stay here to ensure Yunxing's safety. Yes. Do you want to ask Dr. Wang to help? The old woman asked after thinking for a moment. Dr. Wang's cultivation was quite good. He also had medical skills and knew how to restrain the other party. If he could help, it should be much easier to deal with those people with special abilities. The danger would also be reduced a lot. No, don't involve him in this matter, Sun Jingrong said. He has helped us a lot. Sun Jingrong got along with Dr. Wang from the bottom of his heart. He didn't want to make use of each other. Knowing such a person meant having an extra life at a critical time. He was very clear about this. The old woman beside him was naturally clear about this. Although the old woman had amazing kung fu, Sun Jingrong didn't want her to get involved. After all, the old woman had relatives in the mountain village. He knew the temperament of those people. Some of them were typical outlaws. No one had any moral bottom line to speak of. Remember, this matter must not affect him and his family in any way, Sun Jingrong said very seriously. Okay, I'll remember. In the morning of the next day, Wang Yao got up very early in the morning. After finishing his practice, he decocted the medicine on the mountain. The flames were surging. The multifunctional pot for herbs was gurgling and steaming. The decoction didn't take a long time to decoct. It was past 9 a.m. when he went down the mountain. A few more guests came to the clinic. They all had minor illnesses such as headaches and colds. Wang Yao quickly finished the treatment. It was nearly 11 a.m. when Lu Xiaomei came. This is the decoction I decocted. The dosage is the same as the last time. Wang Yao handed the decoction he had just decocted in the morning to her. Thank you. Lu Xiaomei paid the fee and left. In Dao, hundreds of miles away, it was a cafe by the sea. Most of the people who came here for coffee were young couples. There were 2 people sitting by the window. The woman was beautiful. The man's hair was slightly messy. He looked at the woman with gentle eyes. He looked a bit like Liang Xiaowei. Xiaowei, I'm sorry. Sorry? What are you sorry for? There was a reason why I left without saying goodbye, the man said. If there was a reason, why didn't you tell me? Why did you suddenly disappear? Do you know how I felt at that time? I'm sorry, the man said softly. Forget it, it's all in the past. We've already finished. Xiaowei, I'm back this time. I won't leave again, the man said. Can you give me another chance? I already have a boyfriend, the woman said. I can compete with him fairly, the man said. No, I'm going to get engaged with him, the woman said. The man was silent. He looked down at the coffee in the cup, which was emitting a fragrance. Can we still be friends? The woman asked. Friends. The woman had a bitter smile on her face. Let's give it a try, the man said. Thank you, the woman said. The sea breeze was a bit strong. Tong Wei stood by the sea and looked at the rolling waves. The man's sudden arrival made her feel a little confused. What was the most difficult thing for a person to forget in a relationship? 9 out of 10 people would say it was first love. This kind of relationship was immature, beautiful, and unique. It made people bury it deep in their hearts even after they got married and started their own family. The man was Tong Wei's first love. They used to be together under the moonlight. They used to be inseparable. However, when the 2 of them were about to get married privately, the other party suddenly disappeared. There was no news for several years. This time, he suddenly came back and found her. He suddenly appeared in front of her, just like how he suddenly disappeared that year. It was because of this incident that there was a wall between her and Wang Yao when she went home this time. Sigh. The woman sighed. The sea breeze blew. The wind messed up her hair like a waterfall. In the mountain village, Sun Jingrong was about to leave the mountain village. Before he left, he went to the clinic again. Dr. Wang, how long do you think it will take for me to completely remove the venomous insect? Within 10 days. How many medicines do you need? 4 to 5 days is enough. Can you give me 2 prescriptions in advance? Why? Oh, I'm going back to Dao. I want to bring them back together. I don't have the medicine today. The earliest is tomorrow. I'll ask Dr. Lin to come and get it then. Okay. Chapter 465. Sun Jingrong left in the afternoon. Before leaving, he chatted with Uncle Lin alone for a while and told him a lot of things. He was still a little worried about his son. "Master, don't worry. I'm here. I won't let the young master get hurt. I'll have to trouble you here. Uncle Lin, tell me the truth. Will my father be in any danger when he returns to Dao?" Sun Yunxing vaguely felt that his father's mood had not been right in the past few days. "Young master, your father does have something to deal with recently, but this is not the first time he has dealt with this kind of thing. It has been so many years. You know, don't worry. What you have to do now is to cure your illness," Uncle Lin said. "Okay," Sun Yunxing replied. He was still a little worried about his father, but he also knew that worrying would not help much. "It would be great if I could help." Sun Yunxing knew that his father had been working hard for him during his illness. He had been running around, asking for medical treatment and medicine. He did not know how many places he had been to. He also knew his father's character. He was very proud and did not ask for help easily. However, he had lowered his head a lot for him. He always wanted to do something to help his father, but what could he do? He only knew a little about business. He was inexperienced in strategy, which was even more unbearable. As for martial arts, his foundation had not recovered. Even if it had recovered, it could only be regarded as average. It was useless. It would be great if he could be like Dr. Wang. "I want to be his disciple." This was not the first time this idea had appeared, but it had never been as strong as it was today. "I'll go and beg him tomorrow." The next morning, the weather was slightly gloomy. The north wind was whistling. "What is it, sir?" "I want to be his disciple." "What do you want to learn from him? Kung Fu?" Uncle Lin asked. "Yes, I want to learn Kung Fu first. If he is willing to accept you as his disciple, no matter what you learn, it will be your opportunity," Uncle Lin said. But last time, he said he would not accept any disciples temporarily. "Where there is a will, there is a way. I want to give it a try." "I support you." Uncle Lin patted him on the shoulder. When Wang Yao went down the hill, he found Sun Yunxing waiting outside the clinic. "What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?" "No." Sun Yunxing knelt down in front of him. "What's going on?" Wang Yao was stunned. "What do you mean by that? Please accept me as your disciple." "You want to be my apprentice?" Wang Yao didn't expect this young master's son to come here early in the morning to find him for this matter. "Yes." "What are you learning?" "Kung Fu." "Kung Fu." Wang Yao was silent for a while. "Why? I want to help my father." Uncle Lin is also a person who knows Kung Fu. Why don't you learn from him?" Wang Yao could see that the old man also had profound Kung Fu. "He said that he is not as good as you," Sun Yunxing said. "I'm sorry, but I don't have any plans to accept any disciples for the time being." Wang Yao refused again. "Then I will kneel here and not get up." Wang Yao didn't feel too good at that time. The plot in the movies and TV shows was actually used in reality. The point was that it was used on him. "Do you think it will work?" He looked at Sun Yunxing with a smile. "Huh!" Sun Yunxing was speechless. In fact, he had thought about it before he came. There was really no better way to ask Wang Yao to accept him as his apprentice. The key was that he still needed Wang Yao to treat his illness. He could only try this legendary trick. "Go back." Wang Yao waved one hand. Then Sun Yunxing felt an invisible force drag his body and lift him up. What is this? Internal qi externalization? He was stunned. He watched Wang Yao open the wooden door and then enter the clinic. He didn't come back to his senses. Does this kind of thing really exist? At this moment, this scene made him more determined to become Wang Yao's apprentice. He decided to try again. Then, he stood outside the door. The cold wind was whistling. In this weather, most of the villagers were at home, lying on the kong, chatting, watching TV, or gathering a few people to play poker. However, a few people came out for a walk. Then, someone saw a person standing outside Wang Yao's clinic. He was also stunned. What is going on? What did he do wrong? Does he have to kneel to see a doctor? He carefully went forward to have a look. Hey, isn't this the young man who has just moved into the new house in the village? I heard that his family is very rich. He drives luxury cars like Mercedes-Benz and Land Rover. He often goes to Wang Yao to see a doctor. But why is he kneeling here today? Young man, why are you kneeling here? I want to be his apprentice. Apprentice? Who? Wang Yao? Yes. What do you want to learn from him? The word kung fu was just about to come out of his mouth, but he swallowed it back. It was definitely not something he could say. I want to learn skills. Learn medical skills. Sun Yunxing didn't speak. Hey, I've only seen him on TV before. Today, I've opened my eyes. What kind of skills does Fenghua's son have? As he was sighing, he saw a slightly fat old man coming over. Come out for a walk? He had seen this person several times. He knew that he was the family of the young man kneeling on the ground. Yes, I came to have a look. Yunxing, go home. Uncle Lin, go back. The old man directly went forward and lifted him up. He then took him home. Uncle Lin, I really want to be his apprentice. Have you ever thought that this is likely to arouse Dr. Wang's disgust? But I don't have a good way, Sun Yunxing said. Then maintain the status quo and wait for him to change his mind, Uncle Lin said. Well, don't say any more, the old man calmly said. If you want to learn kung fu, I can teach you. Although my cultivation is not as unfathomable as Dr. Wang's, it is more than enough to teach you. If you want to be his apprentice, you have to learn to my level first before you consider it. Okay then. Sun Yunxing sighed. He suddenly felt that he was really useless. Uncle Lin, am I just a burden? Why do you say that, young master? The old man was slightly startled. You see, my father is in such a big trouble, but I can't do anything. I didn't help much when I was not sick, Sun Yunxing said. You are wrong to think so, the old man said with a smile. You are already very good compared to your peers, the old man said. In fact, the biggest hope of your father is that you can be happy and healthy. As for whether you can further develop the foundation he has built, he doesn't particularly care about it. I can definitely do it. Ha ha. The old man patted him on the shoulder and laughed happily. In Jing, thousands of miles away, Professor Su, please read it again. I have said that there is no problem, Su Changhe said with a smile. If you don't believe it, you can take this report to other hospitals. He knew the patient in front of him. It was Lu Xian, who had a strange disease. It was through Lu Xian's introduction that he found Wang Yao in the mountain village. After the treatment, Lu Xian came to the clinic for a detailed examination. The results showed that Lu Xian was very healthy and had completely recovered. Facing such a result, Lu Xian seemed to be somewhat doubtful. That's not what I meant, Lu Xian said with a smile. What did Dr. Wang say? He said that I have recovered and that all the poisonous insects in my body have been killed. Then it's settled, Su Changhe said. He remembered that the man named Wei Hai seemed to be the same at that time, but his condition was far more serious than Lu Xian's. Oh, okay, thank you. You are welcome, Su Changhe said. You should thank Dr. Wang. Yes. Yay. After leaving Su Changhe's office, Lu Xian jumped happily. Is this man crazy? The people around him looked at him strangely. Lu Xian did not care so much. He had recovered, which was something to be happy about. If he was happy, he should express it. As for what other people thought, he did not care so much. I should go back and tell my wife the good news. After returning home and telling his wife the good news, his wife was very happy. She had booked a table and wanted to go out to celebrate. This kind of thing was worth celebrating. Chapter 466. Someone wants to be your disciple? When they were having lunch at home, Zhang Xiuying asked about it. You know? Wang Yao asked. I heard that someone knelt in front of your clinic and wanted to learn from you, Zhang Xiuying said. The small mountain village was not big, so such interesting news would spread in a very short time. Yes, but I refused, Wang Yao said with a smile. What does he want to learn from you? Medicine? No, Kung Fu, Wang Yao said. Kung Fu. Zhang Xiuying was surprised. She knew her son knew Kung Fu, but she had never seen him use it. Yes, Wang Yao said. Is it the young man who bought 2 houses in the village? Zhang Xiuying asked. Yes, Wang Yao said. Zhang Xiuying did not continue to ask. After lunch, Wang Yao went back to the clinic. He closed the clinic early in the afternoon. He told his family that he would not go home. He had to prepare something on the hill. It was for the trip to Jing City. He prepared a dose of regather soup. He prepared a dose of blood deblicking powder. In addition, Wang Yao thought of another prescription. Cotinopsis palacula, Schisandra chinensis, Poria cocos, Peonia alba. Yu Shui, he saw this prescription in treatise on miscellaneous diseases. The only difference was that there was no such medicine as Yu Shui in it. Yu Shui produced qi and blood and stabilized the soul. It was a medium-level licorice root. Wang Yao used it because it could stabilize the soul. He was going to use it to treat Chen Ying's brother's mental illness. In the afternoon, Wang Yao had prepared all the herbs. Then, he calmed down and carefully took care of the medicinal field. The ordinary herbs grew very well. The licorice roots also grew very fast. He could feel that the aura in the spirit battle array seemed to be getting stronger. Now, it was not gathering the aura from all around. Instead, it produced a kind of aura. These days, he found another function of the licorice root. It was not to cure diseases, but to produce aura. It was a way for them to feed the world. By the time he was done, the sky was already dark. Should we prepare more firewood? Although the sky was dark, it didn't matter to him. To him, the night was as bright as day. He walked like the wind on the mountain, and the dog followed along to help. It didn't take long for them to gather a lot of firewood. After a busy afternoon, he cooked some noodles for dinner. He didn't care, but the dog didn't like its dinner. It was getting more and more disliking this kind of dog food. What's wrong, San Xian? This is your favorite braised pork rib. Roar. The dog had no appetite. In fact, it preferred to eat the braised pork that Wang Yao was sitting on or the braised beef that he had bought. Wang Yao smiled and patted its head. The next morning, the sun shone brightly. Early in the morning, the smell of herbs wafted out of the house. Ginseng, wolfberry, sealwort, gorgon, glossy ganoderma, shanjing, guiyuan. This regather soup was the medicine that he had brewed the most. Naturally, he was also the most familiar with it. However, he still followed the steps step by step without the slightest bit of haste. The efficacy of the medicine needed to be steamed to be completely integrated into the soup. The order of adding the herbs was fixed. It couldn't be mixed up. Brewing the medicine couldn't be rushed. At about 10 o'clock in the morning, the regather soup was successfully brewed. Wang Yao drank a mouthful of water and continued to brew the medicine. Ephedra, angelica, white peony, Panax nodo ginseng, polygonum vine, ziu. Blood deblicking powder. Promoting blood circulation, removing blood stasis, dredging channels and unblocking collaterals. Wang Yao had brewed this medicine many times. These 2 sets of medicine had already used 4 types of spiritual herbs, and it was also using the prescription provided by the system. Therefore, the amount was fixed and could not be less or more. He did not have enough stock, so he had to purchase some from the system's medicine shop. This consumed a lot of the exchange points he had accumulated over the past few days. At noon, he received a call from home, asking him to go home for lunch. There were guests at home. The guests were from Jing. It was his aunt and uncle. Why are they here again? Although they were relatives, Wang Yao didn't have any feelings for them. They didn't interact with each other on weekdays, so there was no friendship. His mother was different. She welcomed them warmly. At noon, she cooked a table full of dishes and took out the good wine that Chen Buiyuan had brought from Jing. Well, good wine, his uncle said. Compared to his uncle was more enthusiastic. His aunt gave people a feeling of coldness. They didn't eat much on the table. It seemed that they didn't like the food. You don't like the food? Zhang Xiuying asked softly. Ah, no, sister, it's fine. I don't eat much. His voice was very pleasant. After lunch, they sat for a while and left. Why are they here again? My aunt's health is not good. She wants to come back, Zhang Xiuying said. What does that have to do with us? They can't come back. They want us to take care of them. Wang Yao just smiled after hearing that. Aren't they fine in Jing? Why do they want to come back? People will miss home when they get older, Zhang Xiuying said. They didn't have much contact on weekdays. When they needed help, they would come to Wang Yao's door. Wang Yao didn't like such relatives. My aunt and uncle don't get along well, right? Wang Yao poured a glass of water for his parents. Nonsense, Zhang Xiuying said. How do you know? I'm just saying casually. Don't be angry, Wang Yao said. He knew how to treat illnesses and knew a little bit about physiognomy. Just now, he had observed his aunt's complexion, and there was not much moisture. This couple had not been intimate for a long time. At this age, they were like wolves and tigers, so they were restrained. Either they were sick or their relationship was not harmonious. Through observation, he could see that the couple's health was not serious. However, his aunt's husband showed signs of indulgence. What was going on? Of course, he couldn't tell his parents about this. What do your sister and brother-in-law do at home? Didn't you ask last time? They are farmers. Farmers? Do they drink Maotai? Or is it authentic Maotai? Why? Do you look down on farmers? The woman's words were a little harsh. I didn't mean that, the man said with a smile. Everyone knew that Maotai was good, but Maotai was also the most fake. In his opinion, in such a county, even the county party secretary might not drink authentic Maotai. Not to mention in such a small mountain village. In the afternoon, he originally wanted to go up the mountain. On the way, he saw someone seeking medical treatment, so he temporarily went to the clinic. The person was a young man. His face was slightly red, and his breath was a little hot. Are you Dr. Wang? Yes, sit down and talk. I. The young man was a little embarrassed to speak. Vigorous sexual desire, right? Wang Yao said. Yes, the young man said. I've been thinking about that all day long. Will it happen? Can you help me think of a way? Let me take a look. Wang Yao took his pulse and showed him. It's not a big problem. I'll prescribe some medicine for you. You'll be fine after 3 days. Really? Yes. Do you like beef and mutton? Yes, I like it very much. What about scallops and the like? I like them too. Don't eat too much in the future, Wang Yao said. In this case, you're not allowed to eat meat and be a vegetarian for a month. A vegetarian? The young man was stunned. Yes, why? Can't you do it? I can do it, the young man hurriedly said. Wang Yao prescribed him a medicine to cool the blood and remove heat toxins. The young man took the medicine and left. This young man's body was originally the type that was full of fire. This kind of person was usually the kind that had a strong desire. In addition, he liked to eat hot food like beef and mutton, which was like adding oil to the fire. This was the result of his innate body and acquired habit. Wang Yao felt that the young man might not be willing to listen to him. After seeing the patient off, he went up the mountain again. He prepared the medicine. Salvia miltiariza, angelica, rehmannia, red peony, peach kernel, poria cocos, licorice and changyang. He had prepared this medicine for Du Feng. It was to treat his heart disease. In a residence in Dao, 100 miles away, cough, cough, cough. An old man with white hair and beard coughed very badly. He bent over and was out of breath. It seemed that he would cough his lungs out. Logically speaking, his face should be red with such coughing. However, his face was not red. Instead, it was a little pale. It was very strange. Chapter 467. A young man with melancholy eyes beside him gently patted his back to help him regulate his breathing. "Master, you'd better go back and rest," the young man said softly. "Leave it to me. I'll inform you as soon as I have any news." "I'm fine. It's been decades. Let's wait a little longer." "Let me help you sit down," the young man said. "Okay," the old man said. Cough, cough, cough. The old man coughed like a candle flame in the wind. People couldn't help but worry if he would die at any time. After sitting down, the old man's coughing didn't ease at all. The young man accompanied him. After a while, a middle-aged man came out of the room with a bowl of hot soup that smelled of medicine. "Master, it's time for you to take the medicine," the young man said. "Okay," the old man said. The old man took the medicine and drank it in a few gulps. After drinking it, his coughing seemed to have eased a lot. It wasn't as bad as before. "This matter needs to be solved as soon as possible," the old man said with a sigh of relief. "He's here," the middle-aged man behind him said without looking up. "Okay," the old man said. They didn't look outside when they were talking. After a while, they heard a knock on the door. "I'll open the door." The young man opened the door. A thin young man came in. His face was also pale. "Uncle, how is it?" the young man asked. "I've arranged for him to go back to Dao," the young man said. "Very good," the young man said. Cough, cough, cough. The old man coughed again. "Do it according to what we agreed upon earlier." "Okay," the young man said. In the village, in the clinic, Zhou Wui moved his body. "It's very comfortable." This was his most intuitive feeling. Through this period of treatment, the chaotic nashi in his body was gradually under control. Moreover, its nature was undergoing some changes. It changed from being fierce and domineering to being pure and mellow. This had a lot to do with his constant study of the Taoist scriptures. "Your nashi is changing," Wang Yao said. "Yes, I can feel it," Zhou Wui said. "The change is good," Wang Yao said. While the two of them were talking, someone else came in from outside. Sun Yunxing came to receive treatment with the old man. "Huh!" Uncle Lin was obviously surprised when he saw Zhou Wui. "It's you." Zhou Wui was also surprised. He didn't expect to meet Sun Yunxing here. "Do you know each other?" Uncle Lin asked. "Yes, we've known each other for more than 20 years, Zhou Wui said with a smile. "Greetings, senior." "Senior?" Sun Yunxing was also surprised. "Haha, what senior? I haven't seen you for so many years, and you've grown old." Zhou Wui said with some emotion. "Yes, I'm old. Senior, why are you like this?" "I'm injured. I'm here to get Dr. Wang to treat me." "Oh." Zhou Wui and Zhou Xiong left after exchanging some pleasantries with their acquaintances. "Uncle, do you know him?" "Yes, but it was more than 20 years ago." At that time, he was still young and had gone to Tsangzhou to learn. "Learn? Kung Fu?" "Yes, he is very talented in this field. I once gave him some pointers," Zhou Wui said. Neither of them had thought that they would meet again in such a way after more than 20 years. It's been more than 20 years. Although I was already more than 50 years old at that time, I felt like I had an inexhaustible amount of strength, unlike now. Time really flies. Decades of effort feel like the blink of an eye, the old man lamented. "Yes," Zhou Xiong said. "Is that young man the one you mentioned last time?" "Yes, his father is a famous rich man in Dao," Zhou Xiong said. "Yes," Zhou Xiong said. This matter did not have much to do with them. It was just that they had met an acquaintance in a foreign land. Sun Yunxing's treatment went quite smoothly. Most of the yang toxins in his body had been removed. There was not much left. Because Wang Yao had injected Neishi into his body, although the total amount was very small, it was very pure. Therefore, it had a very good warming effect on his body. The defects and cracks on his foundation had all been repaired. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go to Jing the day after tomorrow. You can come back tomorrow. I'll make some decoctions for you first. Okay, Sun Yunxing said. At night, the wind was a little cold. Dao was near the sea, so the wind was a little stronger. Sun Jingrong looked out of the window. His face was not very good. Next to him stood the expressionless middle-aged man. You're quite brave. Take action tonight. Yes. The expressionless man just replied with one word and went out. That night it was windy and rainy in Dao. There was a foul wind and bloody rain. In a building, cough, cough, cough. An old man was sitting in the living room. His face was as white as a ghost. He coughed very badly. Next to him stood a middle-aged man. Master, why don't you sleep for a while? Don't worry. Wait a little longer. When people get older, they don't sleep as much. In a dark alley, a young man was running in a panic. He had blood on his body and a knife in his hand. His face was full of panic, as if he had seen something terrible. As he ran, he felt that his chest was stuffy. His legs seemed to be filled with lead. He couldn't run anymore, so he leaned against the wall to rest. Squeak! Something made a noise behind him. He trembled all over as if he had heard a ghost crying. He wanted to run, but he tripped over something and fell to the ground. The scream echoed in the alley. Some buildings on both sides of the alley had lights on. Some looked down in the dark, but they didn't see anything. At night, at midnight, when the human body was sleepy, it was also the time of the day when the yin qi was the strongest. Wang Yao was decocting medicine on the hill. A leaf of frost grass. The hill was very quiet. The lights were dim. The next day, the sun rose as usual. In the villa in Dao, Sun Jingrong looked a little pale. It seemed that he hadn't slept all night. So many! Yes. The expressionless man was very quiet. What about them? Only one. Have you found their address? I'm looking for it. You must find it today. Yes. Why are you here again? Tong Wei looked at the man standing in front of her. I'm here to see you. What do you think about the thing I told you last time? No. Can't we even be friends? The man was a little disappointed. No, it's enough to be hurt once, Tong Wei said with a cold face. I'm sorry. I don't need to apologize. I have something to do. I'll leave first. Tong Wei turned and left, leaving the man standing in the wind. TSK, TSK, TSK. What a beauty. No wonder you haven't been looking for a woman all these years. Why? Have you been rejected? Do you need my help? A skinny man appeared behind him silently. No need. As long as she has a glass of wine, no matter how chaste she is, she'll definitely. Shut up. Oh, you're angry. You can't bear to leave her. Are you playing innocent? The man didn't speak. He turned and left. Do you want me to help you and test her first? Whoosh. The young man who had walked a few steps came in front of the skinny man in an instant and grabbed his neck. Do you want to try? Cough, cough. Don't be so aggressive. Stay away from her. After speaking, he turned and left. TSK. The skinny man's eyes were very cold, just like the current weather. On the beach of Dao, a team of police officers. They received a call this morning. Someone had found a body here, a headless body. The forensic doctor performed an autopsy. How is it? Captain Ma was very angry. The public security in Dao had always been good. Such a vicious incident hadn't happened for a long time. The time of death was determined to be between 11 p.m. and 12 p.m. last night. The cause of death should be fatal injury to the heart. Heart? Captain Ma was stunned. Yes, that's right. Why is the head gone? I don't know about this. Maybe it was deliberately done by the murderer. Find out the real identity of the deceased as soon as possible. In a villa in Dao. Cough. A middle-aged man was coughing. His face was pale. How do you feel? I'm fine. Cough, cough, cough. I'll arrange for someone to take you to Lianshan County right away. No, I'll go. Who's here to protect you? This was the first time the man with facial paralysis had said so much. How can you protect me like this? Don't worry, Sun Jingrong said. Half an hour later, 3 luxury cars drove out of the villa. Is he injured? No, someone took a hit for him. Also, I haven't seen him for so many years. He has practiced profound kung fu. Chapter 468. Is kung fu useful? Yes, it was. The car sped along the road. Cough, cough, cough. The man with facial paralysis kept coughing. He couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. Suddenly, the car was filled with a fishy smell. It was unbearable. Brother how are you? The man in the car asked in a hurry. I'm fine. Although he said so, his complexion was already very ugly. There was not much blood on his face. It was obvious that his illness was very serious. There was still a long way to go. Hurry up. He stepped on the accelerator. The car sped out again. They were on the highway. They had exceeded the speed limit. It was very fast. That day, Wang Yao went to Pan Jun's uncle's house and gave him some medicine. Then, Wang Yao treated him. The treatment process was very smooth. The old man was already able to move his hands and feet. He even tried to get off the ground, but his legs were still weak. However, this change had already made his family extremely surprised. If this was before, they wouldn't even dare to think about it. They thought that he would have to lie down for the rest of his life. Such a life was torture for both the old man and his children. This time, his son was also at home. He was very happy about his father's recovery. Therefore, he expressed his heartfelt gratitude to Wang Yao. He insisted on inviting them to lunch together. However, he was refused by Wang Yao. After speeding all the way, a car rushed into the mountain village at a very fast speed. It rushed directly to the south of the village where the clinic was located. Who is driving this car? Some people in the village were very dissatisfied. The car was so fast that it almost hit someone. Are they from Dao again? So what if they have money? I have to tell Yao not to lead everyone to the village. The car stopped outside the clinic. 2 people got out of the car and came to help the man with facial paralysis. Brother Hao, I can walk. The man with facial paralysis gritted his teeth and got out of the car. At this time, his face was pale, and his body was trembling. He was in severe pain in his abdomen. He was sweating because of the pain. When the wind blew, his body was cold. He didn't have much strength left. He moved forward step by step. It was only a distance of 12 meters, but it took him a long time to walk. There was no one. The door of the clinic was closed, and there was a wooden notice hanging on it. He had to go out for some business. How could this be? They were stunned. They had rushed all the way here to seek medical advice. Now that the doctor was not here, what should they do? Cough, cough, cough. The stiff-faced man couldn't help coughing. Pooh, another mouthful of blood, and this time, there seemed to be some minced meat. Gulp. Unable to hold on any longer, he fell to the ground and fainted. Brother Hao, Brother Hao! The 2 people who came with him were stunned. They had no choice but to carry the unconscious man to Sun Yunxing's residence. Young master! Why are you here? Sun Yunxing was surprised. Brother Hao! He was astonished to see them carrying the fainted man. This man was his father's personal bodyguard. His kung fu was quite good, not much worse than Uncle Lin. How could he be like this? What about his father? Where's my dad? Master is in Tao. Let me take a look. As he spoke, Uncle Lin walked closer and smelled the fishy stench. Oh no, he's been poisoned, Uncle Lin said. Take him to Dr. Wang for treatment. We've been there, but Dr. Wang is not here, Uncle Lin said. He's not here? What should we do? Uncle Lin tried to feel the man's breath. It was very weak. Obviously, the poison was very strong. Uncle Lin, you should go back, Sun Yunxing said. My father is in danger now. Save Hao first, Uncle Lin said. At this time, the unconscious man kept twitching. Blood overflowed from the corner of his mouth. Oh no. Seeing this situation, even a person with no common sense would know that he was in a very dangerous situation. By the way, I have 3 pills here. Dr. Wang gave them to me. He said that they can be used in times of danger to temporarily relieve the disease. Sun Yunxing ran to the back room and took out a porcelain bottle from the safe. He poured out a pill, which exuded a unique medicinal fragrance. This was the 9 herbs pill that Wang Yao gave him. Let him take it. They dissolved the pill into water and gave it to the unconscious man. After taking the pill, in less than 10 minutes, the man's breathing became more stable. He no longer vomited blood. It was effective. The 9 herbs pill was made by Wang Yao with 9 kinds of precious herbs. After taking the pill, the efficacy could quickly spread to all parts of the body. It could temporarily suppress the body's disease, dredge the channels and collaterals, clear away heat and rejuvenate the blood. It was very magical. Dr. Wang is really amazing. Sun Yunxing exclaimed again. You go and wait outside the clinic. Call him as soon as he comes, Uncle Lin said. Yes. A young man quickly went out. Not long after he went out, he saw a black car coming from the north side of the road. That license plate, it's him. He immediately called Uncle Lin. As soon as Wang Yao got out of the car, he saw Uncle Lin and 2 men carrying a person hurriedly walking towards him. Dr. Wang, you're back. What's wrong? He looked at the unconscious man. Hey, isn't this the expressionless man? He had an impression of this person. The first few times he saw Sun Jingrong, he was always by his side. He should be a personal bodyguard. Now, looking at his complexion and hearing his voice, it was obvious that he was injured, and it was not light. How is injured? Can you please take a look at him? Let's go to the clinic. Okay. They met several people along the way. Everyone in the village looked at them with a little surprise. After all, this was the first time they had encountered such a situation. It was rare to have another topic to talk about after dinner. Goo poison again? Wang Yao already knew what disease the man had when he touched him. However, this time, the goo poison was much more violent. Who did Sun Jingrong offend? Wait a minute. Wang Yao went to the back room and brought a bowl of water, a leaf of miasma grass, and a pot of ancient spring water. Let him drink it. He drank a small cup of water. Get the basin. After a while, the body of the man lying on the bed began to twitch. He is going to vomit. Hold him. Before Wang Yao finished speaking, the man involuntarily vomited. What he vomited was dark red blood and some blood clot. The unpleasant smell filled the room. After vomiting, the expressionless man slowly woke up. Rinse his mouth. Then, Wang Yao carefully looked at the goo poison in the basin. It was different from the one Sun Jingrong planted last time. Although this goo poison was more violent, its vitality was obviously weaker. However, last time it could hold on for a little while. This time, it died as soon as it left the body. Obviously, the miasma grass was very effective. He sprinkled some sulfur. Seeing this, Uncle Lin hurried forward. After carefully treating it, he poured the blood away. After waking up, the expressionless man saw the people next to him and softly greeted, "Young Master, Uncle Lin. How is Master?" "He is fine for the time being," the expressionless man said. "You should go back quickly. They are coming." Who are they? Sun Yunxing hurriedly asked. People who have a grudge with Master, Uncle Lin said. He didn't say much. He felt it was better not to let the young master know too much about this kind of thing. You should go back quickly. Okay, I will go back as soon as possible. Dr. Wang, please take care of Hao. No problem, Wang Yao calmly said. There is one more thing, Dr. Wang. Can I talk to you alone? Okay. The two of them went out of the courtyard. What is it? Dr. Wang, is this medicine effective on all goo poison? Uncle Lin held the medicine that Wang Yao had just made and asked. Yes, this medicine can restrain all goo poison. It could avoid miasma and eliminate poisonous insect. Absolute suppression and indiscriminate attack. Then, Dr. Wang, can you make some more for me to take back to Dao to use? Wait a moment. After a while, he came out with a bottle of medicine. Thank you, Uncle Lin said as he took the medicine. This bottle of medicine cost 10,000 yuan. It was not expensive at all for Uncle Lin. It was cheap, especially at this time. Not to mention 10,000 yuan, he would pay without hesitation even if it cost 1,000,000 or even 10 million yuan because he needed it. He needed it very much. Chapter 469. After leaving the clinic, they returned to Sun Yunxing's residence. Uncle Lin told Sun Yunxing some things and told Hao some things to pay attention to. Then, he left in the car. The car came quickly and left even faster. It sped all the way. How will my father be okay? Sun Yunxing was still worried about his father. He was clear about the ability of the man in front of him. If he was injured, then his father. It's okay, child, don't worry, the man said. At this time, there was a fierce crackdown in Dao, which had been rare in recent years. In less than 3 days, there was a murder case in Dao City's No. 3 high school, which was rare in the history of Dao City. The main leaders in the city were extremely angry. They ordered the relevant departments to solve the case within a time limit. Police cars were roaring. They checked the hotels one by one. Officer Li, I just stole a wallet. Is it necessary? Is it necessary? Is there a crackdown now? They arrived at a residence in Chen. Cough, cough, cough. An old man was coughing badly. Another one went? Yes. What happened? A gun. Yes. There was a short silence in the room. Then, there was another cough, which was getting worse. With a creak, the door opened. A person came in from outside. Master, there is a crackdown in Dao. Did you tell the man? Yes. Cough, cough. Tomorrow I'll go out. You're going? Yes. On the road from Hike to Dao, a car was speeding. Faster, faster. Uncle Lin was a little worried about Sun Jingrong. He had experienced the means of the other party more than 10 years ago. During this period, they were probably more terrible than before. In a high-end club in Dao, Sun Jingrong was drinking tea with a middle-aged man. Thank you for your help this time. You're welcome. This is what I should do. You should be careful. I know. Sun Jingrong took a sip of tea. It had been a long time since he had encountered such a storm. He couldn't help but think of the time when he was working hard. I really miss it. Uncle Lin arrived in Dao in the afternoon. Master, are you okay? Why are you back? Sun Jingrong was surprised. I was a little worried when I saw Hao, so I came back. How's Hao? After Dr. Wang's treatment, he's out of danger. That's good. Take a rest first. Sun Jingrong gestured for the old man to sit down. Then, he began to talk to him in a low voice, telling him about the changes in Dao in the past few days. There were some things that he didn't understand, but after hearing Sun Jingrong's words, he realized the seriousness of the problem. So many of them came? Yeah, I didn't think of that either, Sun Jingrong said after taking a sip of tea. Looks like he's staking it all on one throw. That old man's body shouldn't be able to hold on much longer. We still have to be careful. Ask the people in the city to help. After all, they are in the dark, the old man said. I placed 10 million in hidden flowers to find them, Sun Jingrong said. As an influential figure in a wealthy area, he naturally had connections with both the underworld and the underworld. He had to use both overt and covert means. In the afternoon, another guest came to the mountain village. Chen Buiyuan came from the capital with a greeting and request from the Su family, asking Wang Yao to go to the capital as soon as possible. Please. I'll go back to the capital in a few days, Wang Yao said with a smile. That's great. Chen Buiyuan breathed a sigh of relief. How's Miss Su's condition now? She's recovering very well. Okay. Do you need me to prepare anything in advance? Medicine, the same medicine as last time. Okay, I'll arrange it right away. He had already prepared the medicine. At the moment, he had arrived in Lianshan County. He made a phone call. An hour later, a truck came to the mountain village. The truck was full of medicine. You've already prepared it? Yes, please take a look. Just put it in the courtyard. The medicine was piled up in a corner of the small courtyard. After leaving the clinic, Chen Buiyuan immediately called the people in the capital. He decided not to rush back to the capital. Instead, he stayed to see if the other party needed anything else. At night, the medicinal herbs in the small courtyard were reduced by half. They were all used by Wang Yao to exchange for redemption points. The next day, the sky was a little gloomy. Wang Yao went to Sun Yunxing's house to check the condition of the man named Hao. After taking the decoction decocted with miasma grass, most of the poisonous insects in his body had been expelled. According to the situation, all the insects could be removed by today. However, his internal organs were damaged and still needed some time to recover. Fortunately, his body's foundation was not bad. Moreover, he had taken a 9 herbs pill, so it was not a big problem. Wang Yao had secretly asked the system. This disease was also considered a difficult-to-treat disease. Previously, he was still worried about not being able to complete this task. Recently, he had been in contact with it more frequently. However, this was a good thing. Wang Yao told Sun Yunxing and the others that he was going to leave for a period of time. You're leaving? Yes, a house call. I'm going to the capital, Wang Yao said. What about Hao's disease? It's fine. I'll leave some medicine behind, Wang Yao said. He naturally had to think about these things in advance. In addition to the decoction, he also left a prescription. He had used the prescription many times to consolidate the corporeity. Hao's body needed to be nourished. Thank you, Sun Yunxing said very respectfully. I have one more thing to trouble you. Please go ahead, Sun Yunxing hurriedly said. During the time I'm away, if anything happens to my family, please help me find Buddha. Okay, certainly, Sun Yunxing said seriously. Wang Yao went up the mountain very late that night. He had a good chat with his parents at home. Are you leaving tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. Be careful when you're outside alone. I know. His parents gave him a lot of advice. Nothing happened that night. The next day, after breakfast, Wang Yao set off. He did not take anything with him. Sun Yunxing specially sent a car to take him to hike. The plane rushed into the clouds thousands of miles away. Wang Yao looked at the clouds outside, and then reached out as if he wanted to touch the clouds outside that were like cotton candy. Hey! A passenger next to him sighed. It seemed that there was something on his mind. Are you not feeling well? Wang Yao glanced at him and found that he did not look very good. Yes, I'm a little nervous. His body was indeed trembling. Is this your first time on a plane? No, it's the second time. Wang Yao smiled. Don't be nervous. We'll arrive soon. Okay. People would have a sense of security on land. However, whether it was on the sea or in the sky, they would always lack this sense of security, especially when they were in the sky. The man was a little nervous. He was so nervous that his forehead was sweating. His breathing was a little rapid. It seemed to be quite serious. It seemed that he could not stand it anymore. He took out a bottle of medicine from his pocket and poured out a few pills to take. Is it a tranquilizer? Wang Yao could tell at a glance. In fact, it was better to take less of this kind of medicine. Otherwise, it would become a kind of drug dependence over time. Was it really so terrible to take a plane? After the plane flew for a while, a majestic city appeared below. Even though the sky was full of white clouds, Wang Yao could still see the appearance of the ancient city below. Jing City was below. After the plane landed, there was already a person waiting there. She was valiantly dressed and beautiful. "Hello, sir." Chen Ying greeted him with a smile. This was a smile from the heart. "Hello. Where shall we go first?" "Well, let's eat something. You choose the place. It's my treat." "Okay." It was a very elegant small restaurant. In a place like Jing City, it was easy to taste all kinds of delicious food. There were more exquisite small restaurants than in other cities. After all, this was the capital. There were a few dishes. Wang Yao ate very happily. "How's your brother's condition?" "He's fine," Chen Ying replied. While eating, Chen Ying received a call from Song Ruiping. "Madam asked me where you are now." After eating, they went straight back to the small courtyard. Not long after Wang Yao settled down, it was almost 4:30 p.m. Song Ruiping came to the small courtyard. Chapter 470. "Hello, Dr. Wang." "Welcome," Song Ruiping said. "Hello, Mrs. Song," Wang Yao said. After chatting for a while, Mrs. Song left. Her purpose for coming here was simple, which was to welcome Wang Yao. That was all. Song Ruiping told her daughter about Wang Yao's visit. "Dr. Wang is here?" Su Xiaoxue smiled happily after hearing the news. Song Ruiping was relieved to see her daughter so happy. At the same time, she was worried. Every time she heard Dr. Wang's name, her daughter's mood would change. As a mother, how could she not feel her daughter's special feelings for Dr. Wang? Sigh. Song Ruiping sighed while she was happy. If it was anything else, she would do her best to satisfy this daughter of hers. However, in this aspect, she could not force it. The next morning, Chen Ying got up very early. When she got up, she found Wang Yao was already doing the stance in the yard. He was just standing there, not in the horse stance. It was very natural. He released his neishi to communicate with heaven and earth. After about an hour, Wang Yao stopped. After breakfast, the two of them went to Su Xiaoxue's house. Song Ruiping and her daughter were waiting in the living room. "Hello, Dr. Wang," Song Ruiping said. "Hello, Mr. Su," Song Ruiping said. He had not seen Su Xiaoxue for a while. She seemed to have become more beautiful. He was amazed by her beauty and lost his soul. "How have you been feeling recently?" "Much better," Su Xiaoxue said. Although she was still unable to stand up, she could do some effortless movements with her arms. "Okay, let me take a look," Song Ruiping said. Wang Yao gave her a careful diagnosis. That's right, she had indeed recovered extremely well. The fire poison in her body had almost been completely removed. What was left was the recovery of her damaged meridians and tissues. Moreover, the internal breath in her body had become much more mellow. After the diagnosis, Wang Yao took out the blood deblicking powder that he had prepared in advance. After taking a cup, he helped her circulate her blood to promote the absorption of the medicine. For some reason, Su Xiaoxue's pretty face quickly became red like a ripe apple. "Rest for half an hour and try to activate your neishi." "Yes, sir," Su Xiaoxue replied. However, she couldn't calm her heart down, let alone activate her inner qi. Fortunately, during this period of time, her inner qi had a tendency to circulate naturally, so it didn't affect her too much. After resting for about half an hour, Wang Yao treated her again. This time, the treatment method was to remove the fire poison in her body through neishi. At the same time, part of Neishi was transferred into her body, which was the same as the treatment method for Sun Yunxing. The removal of the fire poison was very slow because there was not much left in her body. Even if Wang Yao did not treat her this time, she could eliminate it through her own Neishi. It might take a little longer, but that was all. Moreover, this would play a positive role in promoting the control of her Neishi. During the treatment, Su Xiaoxue couldn't calm down. She herself felt very strange. During this period of time, she had read a lot of Taoist classics. Her mind was as calm as water. However, when she saw Wang Yao, her mind was in a mess. Now, her mind was full of very strange thoughts. "What's wrong with me?" she whispered to herself. "What?" Wang Yao's hearing was extraordinary. At such a close distance, he naturally heard Su Xiaoxue's voice. "Oh, nothing, sir," Su Xiaoxue hurriedly replied. "Are you not feeling well?" "No, I'm quite comfortable." Song Ruiping, who was next to them, saw it. Her daughter most likely had feelings for Dr. Wang. It was no wonder. When she was in a desperate situation, it was Dr. Wang who pulled her back from the edge of death. When her life was at its darkest, he lit a lamp for her. Then, the treatment method was skin-to-skin contact. Although her skin was destroyed at that time, it slowly recovered with the treatment. She knew her daughter's feelings. She also knew that Dr. Wang in front of her had a fiancé. What should she do? Unrequited love was the most hurtful. Now, she couldn't bear to see her daughter suffer any more harm. When it was almost 11 a.m., the treatment ended. When Wang Yao was about to leave, another guest came to Su Xiaoxue's house. It was a guest with a bouquet of flowers in his hand. The warm smile on his face was like the winter sun. "Guo Jinghe." "Auntie Xiaoxue, hey, when did Dr. Wang come?" "Yesterday." "That's great," Song Ruiping said. "I've been talking about you a few days ago. You guys have a chat." "I'll go first," Wang Yao said. "I'll walk you out," Song Ruiping said. She personally walked him out of the door. Su Xiaoxue also walked him to the door in a wheelchair. "It's cold in the yard. Let's go in," Wang Yao said. "Okay, take care," Su Xiaoxue said. Wang Yao waved at them and left with Chen Ying. "Does Mr. Guo come here often?" "Yes, he often comes to see Miss Su," Chen Ying replied. "Isn't he a mayor? Does he have a lot of free time?" "Not a mayor, but a county magistrate." "Did I remember wrong, or did he get promoted?" "He got promoted," Chen Ying said with a smile. "Contact him. We'll go to see your brother tomorrow." "Okay," Chen Ying said happily. In the living room of Su Xiaoxue's house, "Xiaoxue's complexion is getting better and better," Guo Jinghe said. Wang Yao had just finished treating her. Now, her qi and blood were vigorous, and her complexion was ruddy. It was the best time for her complexion. "Yes," Song Ruiping said. "How's work recently?" Su Xiaoxue asked. "It's very good. I just invited investors and confirmed several companies to build factories in the county," Guo Jinghe said. "How are your parents?" Su Xiaoxue asked. "They're very good," Song Ruiping said. Guo Jinghe didn't stay in Su Xiaoxue's house for long. He just chatted with Song Ruiping and Su Xiaoxue for a while. After that, he left, leaving a bouquet of fragrant flowers. "Xiaoxue, what do you think of Jinghe?" Song Ruiping asked. "Jinghe is very good," Su Xiaoxue said. She didn't know why her mother suddenly asked this question. "Is that so?" After returning to the cottage, Wang Yao tidied up and went to his second aunt's house. He brought some local specialties from home. His mother asked him to bring them. She said his second aunt liked them. "Yao is here. Come in." His second aunt had been waiting at home after receiving the news. "When did you come?" "Yesterday," Wang Yao said. "How long will you stay?" "I'm not sure. About a week," Wang Yao said. In Dao, thousands of miles away, an old man was coughing non-stop. He didn't look very good. "How are you, Lao Lin?" Sun Jingrong asked with concern. They had just gone out and encountered another accident. I'm fine. The old man waved his hand. He always said that, but since he was injured, he felt depressed. Ring, ring, ring. Sun Jingrong's cell phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hello. Long time no see, Sun Jingrong said. Cough, cough, cough. You don't look very well, Sun Jingrong said. Things are getting worse and worse, so I can't wait. Lin Sitao won't live long. You are next. Bang. The phone was hung up. There was a busy tone. Sun Jingrong's face was very pale. It's him. Yes, I'll arrange for someone to take you to the mountain village right away, Sun Jingrong said. No, I've brought the medicine. He had just drunk a small cup and spat out a mouthful of blood. He was a little less stuffy. Before I left, I asked Dr. Wang. This medicine can restrain all kinds of venomous insects, Sun Jingrong said. Well, okay. Sun Jingrong was a little relieved. This old man was a hero who had followed him to conquer the world. At this age, he was still doing his best. He couldn't lose him. As for those people, haven't you found out where they are staying? No, Sun Jingrong said. This was also what Sun Jingrong was puzzled about. Therefore, he increased the amount of hidden money to 30 million yuan this year. This made the underground forces of Dao City take action immediately. They were very excited. This money seemed to be very easy to earn. Outside a house in Dao, two men hid in an alley and looked at a building not far away. Are you sure it's here? Yes. Where did they come from? They said they came from Shun City, but they were wearing Miaojiang's special decorations. Chapter 471. It's them. Keep an eye on them. Our chance to make a fortune is here, Wang Yao said. Master, there are flies outside, Qining said. Don't worry about them, Wang Yao said. The old man was still coughing. Night gradually fell and shrouded the earth. No one knew how many people would die in the city tonight. In Jing, Wang Yao left after having dinner at his second aunt's house. This time, he didn't let Chen Ying wait outside. He took a taxi back. At night, Chen Ying was practicing kung fu in the yard. Do you practice at night? Wang Yao asked. Yes, I've been busy these days. I want to make up for it, she said with a smile. Since the last time she handed over her family's martial arts to Wang Yao, he actually made appropriate modifications. She practiced according to the modified method, and the result was even better than before. This surprised her very much. One must know that martial arts were things that had been accumulated for thousands of years. It was easy to innovate, but it was extremely difficult to do it. For a sect like the one she belonged to, which had a long history of inheritance, those things were passed down from generation to generation. They were all unique skills created by those amazing people. Not to mention modifying them, it was already very difficult to be able to practice them. However, this person actually modified them, and the effect after the modification was very good. It was as if this martial arts was created by him. Through this period of practice, she found that her bottleneck in the past few years showed signs of loosening. This meant that she was very likely to go further. She remembered her master once said that it was very difficult to go further in kung fu. In addition to her own efforts, she couldn't obtain a trace of opportunity. Otherwise, she might be stuck at this level for years or even for a lifetime. Not everything in the world could be achieved by hard work. For example, no matter how hard you worked, it was impossible to surpass Mr. Ma in wealth. She originally wanted to tell her master about this matter, but later changed her mind. Well, your kung fu seems to have improved a little, Wang Yao said after looking at her for a while. Yes, I feel that my bottleneck shows signs of loosening. Thank you very much. Don't mention it, Wang Yao said with a smile. He did not disturb Chen Ying and returned to his room. Chen Ying practiced in the courtyard until late at night before he went to rest. On the second day, Wang Yao woke up very early and continued to cultivate in the courtyard, standing there. Or was it a stance? Chen Ying was a little surprised. He stood in the small courtyard for more than an hour and then stopped. Sir, what kind of martial arts did you practice just now? It's not really kung fu. I just follow my heart, Wang Yao said. He was only practicing his control of releasing his internal breath. He was already in control of the aura between heaven and earth. It's rare. After the meal, they went to the treatment center where Chen Zhou was. The setting sun is like blood. When will it return to its homeland? In a ward, a young man said these words. He felt like a wanderer who had been away from his hometown for several years. Outside the window, the sun was shining brightly. It was a rare good weather in winter, especially in the capital. What's the interval between his attacks recently? Sitting in the doctor's office, they could see the condition of the patient through the relevant monitoring equipment. It was not that they wanted to pry into the patient's privacy, but these special patients had to be treated in this way. There are signs of the interval between his attacks becoming shorter, the attending doctor in charge of treating Chen Zhou said. When he said this, he looked at Wang Yao. He knew that his patient's prolonged lucidity was all because of this young man. This time, if there was a chance, he had to ask Wang Yao what treatment methods he used. I'll go and have a look. Go straight in? Yes. The sky is gray, the snow is boundless, the wind is blowing, the sword is sharp. With a clang, the door opened. Xiaozhou? Who are you? Chen Zhou looked at his sister and narrowed his eyes slightly. It started. Who are you? People like you don't deserve to know my name. Okay. Wang Yao stepped forward. The people behind him did not see him move, but Chen Zhou had fainted on the bed. You guys go out first. Chen Ying, stay. The rest of the people heard him and left. Wang Yao carefully checked Chen Zhou. Then, he took out the medicine prepared by the doctor and gave it to Chen Zhou to take. This time, the medicine was different. It added a medicine that could generate qi and blood and stabilize the soul. After Chen Zhou took the medicine, Wang Yao first helped him to massage the acupoints to speed up the diffusion and absorption of the medicine. After a while, he took out the set of silver needles and started to treat Chen Zhou. The main place was Chen Zhou's head. Acupuncture? This was the first time Chen Ying had seen Wang Yao use acupuncture. She did not expect Wang Yao to be proficient in acupuncture. Chen Ying was no stranger to this skill. In fact, she had been fortunate enough to see the two old men perform acupuncture. Although they were old, they were still very steady when they performed acupuncture. At this time, seeing the person in front of her performing acupuncture, her hands were also very steady. This was a reassuring steadiness. Because Chen Zhou had fainted, he was very well behaved. There was no obvious reaction to the acupuncture. His breathing was even. After Wang Yao inserted the needles into Chen Zhou's head, he did not rush to pull them out. Instead, he twisted and rubbed them to stimulate the acupoints. This was the special feature of acupuncture. Chen Zhou, who was in a coma, suddenly twitched his body and frowned. Chen Ying could not help but worry when she saw this. She stared at her brother. Seeing that it was just a sudden reaction and then his body went back to normal, she breathed a sigh of relief. He is using acupuncture. It is different from the last treatment. Wang Yao's treatment process could be seen very clearly through the monitoring in the room. It is different. In fact, these people were very eager to figure out Wang Yao's treatment method. However, they knew that Chen Ying's identity was not ordinary. Based on Chen Ying's attitude towards Wang Yao, they could guess that Dr. Wang's identity was not ordinary. Therefore, some special methods could not be used. I can't see it clearly. This is acupuncture. Even if you see it on the spot, you may not be able to learn it. Although they said that, they still tried hard to watch, trying to learn something. For this reason, they specially called the two best Chinese medicine doctors in the treatment center. No. After watching, they shook their heads, indicating that they could not learn anything. In the ward, after the acupuncture treatment, Wang Yao gently patted the top of Chen Zhou's head. Chen Zhou, who was lying in the hospital bed, slowly woke up. His eyes became clear again. "Sister, when did you come?" "I just arrived. I have a relapse again." Chen Zhou was about to get up. "Lie down first," Wang Yao said. "You must be Dr. Wang, right?" "That's me." "Thank you," Chen Zhou said very sincerely. "How do you feel?" "My head hurts a little. It is a little swollen." "This is normal. It will be better in a while." Wang Yao left the ward, leaving the sister and brother alone. "Sister, I made you worry." "Don't say such things in the future," Chen Ying said. Her brother was her only family in the world. Naturally, she would try her best to treat his illness. This Dr. Wang is so young. When he was awake, he had heard his sister talk about all kinds of miraculous things Dr. Wang had done. "This time, I think he is more likely to cure your illness," Chen Ying said. "Really?" Chen Zhou asked. In fact, he did not have much hope for his illness, but Wang Yao did give him hope. He did not know what he was like when he was unconscious. He only had some fragments in his mind. When he was awake, he was very clear that this state was really good. Life was not afraid of darkness as long as the sun could rise as usual. After chatting with her brother for a while, Chen Ying was ready to leave. She also wanted to chat with Chen Zhou for a while, but Wang Yao had been waiting outside the whole time. "I will come to see you when I have time." "Okay, sister, you have to take care of your health." "Okay." After leaving the treatment center, Chen Ying's mood was obviously much better. "The day after tomorrow, we will come again." "Okay," Chen Ying hurriedly replied. In Dao, thousands of miles away in an alley, a person was lying in a pool of blood. "Tell me, what is going on?" "How many cases have there been this month?" The policeman present kept silent. No one wanted to be unlucky at this time, especially since the person was their boss. After shouting, the person got in the car and left. "Hey, what's the use of shouting at us?" "Soon, I think he will shout at the captain soon." "What's the use? The problem can't be solved." "What the hell? This is already the fifth one. What kind of person has come to Dao? Could it be a serial killer?" One of the men asked. During the crackdown, he still dares to commit crimes. He is bold. The continuous vicious incidents in the past few days had made the people in the city panic. After all, such a thing had not happened in a long time. In a bar somewhere, several men gathered together. "Brother, why don't we earn this money?" "Nonsense, you have to be alive to earn it," the strong man sitting in the middle said. He had unintentionally witnessed a terrifying scene. A black shadow flashed by. Then, someone fell to the ground with his hand covering his neck. It was so fast. Some money could be earned, but some money could not be earned. I heard he added friends. Tens of millions. Hey, don't talk about it. The underground forces in Dao were like sharks that smelled blood. They all moved. Some people were not afraid of death, and some people were specially sitting on the edge of the knife and licking the blood. Where is it? Just in front. Cheer up, all of you. We are definitely not alone this time. In a house somewhere in Dao, Master, there are a lot of flies. Chapter 472. Don't worry about them. The old man waved his hand. Are you all ready? Yes, the old man said. Master. The young man with melancholy eyes hesitated and stepped forward. What's wrong? You'll hurt some innocent people, the old man said. Hey, my junior, when did you become so soft-hearted? A voice as cold as a snake was heard. Then a person appeared. He was like a shadow that floated in through the crack in the door. The young man didn't speak. He just looked at his master. Is it because of that girl? Ahem, what girl? The old man asked in a hoarse voice. Master, it's Ing Hao's former lover. She's a very beautiful girl, the tall and thin young man said. Is that so? The old man took a sip of water from the table. Bring her back when you have time. I'll meet her. Master, we broke up long ago, the young man said. Broke up? Why? The old man asked. I went abroad. Oh, that time? It doesn't matter. Can you continue if you break up? The old man asked with a smile. He loved this disciple of his very much. There's no need for that. Is that so? I saw you two still together last time. You can't forget her, the tall and thin young man said. Senior. Okay, I won't talk about it, the tall and thin young man said. Master, I'll go down first. Okay. After he left, the smile on the tall and thin young man's face disappeared. How is the girl? I think she's good. Well, how's it going? It's done. You can see the results today. Well, Ing Hao is still young. Don't lower yourself to his level, the old man said. I know, master, the young man said. Take this. The old man took out a small porcelain bottle from his pocket. This is cordyceps pill? Yes. Master, I don't need it. The young man waved his hand. He knew how precious this pill was. Only a few pills could be made in a year. Take it, the old man said. It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay. The tall and thin young man took the pill respectfully. Cough, cough. The old man couldn't help but cough again. Master, after this matter is over, why don't you ask that person from Miaojiang to take a look? It's useless. The old man waved his hand. I know my own illness. In another villa. Old Lin, how do you feel? Although it's not as good as before, it's much better, the old man said. He was also poisoned, but after taking the medicine he bought from Wang Yao in advance, he was obviously much better. The goo worms in his body had been eliminated in the shortest time possible. All that was left was to recuperate to repair the damage caused to his body by the goo worms. This process was relatively slow. Destruction was always much easier than creation, just like tearing down a house was much easier than building one. Their hiding place has been discovered? Yes, I've already informed Captain Lin and the others. They will take action soon. That afternoon, the criminal police of Dao City suddenly launched an operation. They didn't disclose any information beforehand. In the end, they found nothing. The room was empty. How could this be? Where is he? The leading police officer was very surprised. Well, our people have been watching outside, the leading police officer said. They did come in and never went out. The information was wrong, and the operation failed. Because of this, the head of the public security department was angry. No one. Sun Jingrong, who received the news, was also very surprised. Someone must have revealed the information in advance, and this person's level is not low, the old man next to him analyzed. What about their location? Sun Jingrong asked. They are constantly being gathered, the old man said. The underground forces of Dao City are watching them, but their means are really powerful. Those people are a little scared. Then increase the reward, Sun Jingrong said as he smoked a cigarette. There will be brave men when the reward is high. Okay, I'll arrange it. In fact, the underground forces of Dao City were a little crazy at this time. The reward of tens of millions of dollars made many people crazy, and some people had already tasted the sweetness. Damn, big brother, is it true? Just a few million? Yes. Isn't this too easy? They just provided a few pieces of information and confirmed that it was true. Then, they received a reward that made them tremble. It made them feel very unreal. Big brother, the money, the reward is increased again. Increased again? How much is it changed to? 50 million, 50 million. After hearing this, the people in the room were stunned. Sun Jingrong was right. There would be brave men when the reward was high. Some people could forget righteousness at the sight of profit, and some people could die for money. Therefore, some people were crazy. Damn, this group of crazy people. Money can really make people talk. Once their whereabouts were exposed, it would be difficult for them to control what happened next. They were followed by a group of crazy dogs. Tao City was not big, but it was not small either. Let's go there. Okay. In Jing, thousands of miles away, sir, where do you want to go? Just walk around, Wang Yao said. There are places of interest in Jing that I haven't been to before. Okay. After hearing this, Chen Ying drove the car through the international metropolis that was a combination of modern and ancient charm. He had nothing to do that day, so he was going to walk around Jing. In the car, Wang Yao suddenly said, Hey, let's go to the antique shop and have a look. Okay. Wang Yao wanted to walk around there and see if he could find a set of acupuncture needles by chance. Even in winter, there were still many people on the antique street. There were always some people who thought that they were favored by God and had the halo of a protagonist. They thought that they could find a big treasure by walking around the antique street casually. Then they would become rich overnight and change their lives. They would walk towards the peak of life of marrying a rich and beautiful woman. However, 99% of these people had to pay a lot of tuition. Let me take a look at this. This is a high-quality mutton fat jade. Mutton fat jade? Wang Yao didn't know much about jade, but he knew about aura. It was said that stones had spirits. High-quality gems emitted a unique luster, which could be warm or dazzling. This stone. Haha. He was not in a hurry. He walked slowly and strolled around. Sir, what do you want? Chen Ying asked. She was not unfamiliar with this place. She wanted to ask Wang Yao what he wanted so that she could take him to have a look purposefully. Well, something related to Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine? Chen Ying was a little surprised. She didn't pay attention to this kind of antique, because most of the antique street was filled with calligraphy, paintings, porcelain, jade, and so on. Antiques related to Chinese medicine, as mentioned by Wang Yao, were very niche. Ordinary antique dealers wouldn't keep them because not many people liked them. They might not even sell one in a year. Therefore, very few people were willing to deal with them. Yes, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I've been here a few times, but I really didn't pay attention to these things, Chen Ying said. It's okay. I'm just wandering around. It's best if I can find it. If not, forget it. The two of them strolled around slowly. When they encountered something curious, Wang Yao would stop to have a look. Wang Yao saw a book in a shop called The Most Exalted Zither Heart Text. Boss, let me have a look at this book. Okay, take a look. A slightly plump, middle-aged man handed the ancient book that looked quite old to Wang Yao. Wang Yao took it and read it carefully. You have good taste. This book is from the Ming dynasty. Although it is not written by a famous author, it is quite old, the boss said with a smile. He didn't exaggerate. Originally, such a thing was not written by a famous author. Although this book was handwritten and the handwriting was very skillful, it was not written by a famous author. Whether it could be sold depended on personal preference. Name a price. Wang Yao closed the book and said, This book was an ancient book. He was sure because the things mentioned in it were somewhat different from the similar scriptures he had seen now. This book was a Taoist classic. It actually had another name, the Yellow Court Sutra. To be precise, it was the Yellow Court Sutra. It was a Taoist school of thought. There were many medical principles recorded in it, and it mentioned a lot about the 5 viscera and 6 bowels. Chapter 473. This price. The man reached out his hand and gave a price. Wang Yao was not good at antiques, but he felt the price was a little high. It's too high. Wang Yao was obviously not good at bargaining, so Chen Ying, who was the host, decisively took over. Her bargaining skills were definitely not comparable to Wang Yao's. The book, which originally cost 100,000 yuan, was cut to less than 20,000 yuan by her. Then, she got it. Ah! The man sighed. The price was a little low. However, he was still happy. The book had been with him for more than a year, and no one had bought it. Today, he finally sold it, and the price was within the range he could accept. Sir, what book is this? Chen Ying was a little curious. It's a Taoist scripture, Wang Yao said. It's a classic respected by the Shangqing school. A Taoist scripture? Yes, although it's a Taoist scripture, there are many things in it related to traditional Chinese medicine. Chen Ying secretly memorized the name of the book. By the way, you can also read the Taoist scripture in your daily life, Wang Yao said. It has a certain effect on the progress of your martial arts. It was not the first time he had said this to Chen Ying. I'm already trying, Chen Ying said. Inspired by Wang Yao and seeing Su Xiaoshue's situation, she often read the Taoist scripture in her daily life. Among other things, it had the effect of calming her mood. She felt that her whole person was much quieter. Such a peaceful state was indeed very useful for practice. Let's continue to have a look. Wang Yao put away the ancient book and said, Okay. Just as they were shopping, two visitors came to the small courtyard. One was an old man, who looked hale and hearty. It was Chen Ying. The other was a middle-aged man, who looked gentle and elegant. Here. Yes. They went forward and knocked on the door, but no one answered. No one? It's usually here. Shall I make a call to ask? The old man called Chen Ying. Hello, Mr. Chen. Yes, I'm outside with my husband. Well, okay, I'll ask him and get back to you. Sir, someone wants to see you. Who is it? Wang Yao was looking at a wooden carving with interest. This wooden carving was not of Bodhisattva or Buddha, but of the King of Medicine. The carvings were very detailed and realistic. Well, he didn't say. He shouldn't be an ordinary person. Chen Ying said. If it was an ordinary person, they wouldn't be able to find him at all. He was afraid that the person was either rich or noble. Then let's wait, Wang Yao said with a smile. Okay. Chen Ying called back. He has something to do outside. What do you think? Chen Lao said to the man beside him. Then let's wait here. Why is it so cold? It's okay. I remember there's a tea house over there, right? Yes, there is. Shall we go for a cup of tea? All right. The two of them went to the tea house on the side. How much is this wooden carving? Wang Yao picked up the wooden carving and asked the staff in the shop. Oh, you have a good eye. This is Wang Wali. It's an old item. Since you like it, it's fated to be with you. The price is 350,000 yuan. 350,000 yuan? He could distinguish the material of the wooden carving. It was indeed Wang Wali, because Wang Wali was a kind of Chinese medicine. However, the price was a bit beyond his imagination. After all, the carving was not very big. It's too expensive. It's not expensive. It's an item from the Qing period. It's made of this material. Chen Ying whispered a few words to Wang Yao. Okay. Ask your boss to come out. The staff in the shop was stunned. I know your boss. Okay, please wait for a moment. He went into the inner room. After a while, a middle-aged man in his 40s came out. He was wearing a tang suit and holding a small Yixing clay teapot in his hand. Hello, Mr. Tan. Oh, it's you. Come on, please come in. The middle-aged man saw Chen Ying and immediately greeted him with a smile. No hurry. This gentleman has taken a fancy to an item. What do you think? Mr. Tan looked at the carving of the king pharmacist. How about 180,000 yuan? Sir? Chen Ying looked at Wang Yao. Okay, I'll take it, Wang Yao said with a smile. After paying the bill, they went into the inner room of the shop. At first glance, a considerable number of the furnishings inside were old items. It could be seen that Mr. Tan had an unusual preference for wooden things. Come on, please have some tea. The middle-aged man personally made a cup of tea for them. Mr. Tan, your business has been good recently, right? Yes, I'm trying to make a living. In fact, the antique industry was very profitable. As the saying goes, if you don't open for 3 years, you can make a living for 3 years once you open. Mr. Tan had been in this industry for more than 10 years. Although he was a small antique shop, the profit was quite amazing. It was even comparable to a factory with hundreds of people. Who is this? Mr. Tan looked at Wang Yao with a smile and asked. He was a shrewd businessman. He was good at reading people's expressions. He could see that Chen Ying was respectful to this young man. He knew Chen Ying's identity. It was not difficult to guess that this young man was most likely the son of a rich family. He was a financial backer. This is Mr. Wang, Chen Ying said. Hello, Wang. Mr. Tan thought a lot for a moment. Sir, Mr. Tan is very famous on the antique street. You can ask him if you want something. Maybe he can find a way to get it. Mr. Wang, what do you want? A needle. A needle? Mr. Tan was stunned. What kind of needle? A needle used for acupuncture in Chinese medicine. This? He did not expect that the son of a rich family would want such a rare item. He did not have it. He had not seen it in all these years. Usually, no one would buy this kind of thing. I haven't heard of it, he said honestly. This thing was not worth much, and no one wanted it. Naturally, there were not many people who wanted it. Could you please find out where I can find it? Mr. Tan asked. Okay, no problem, Mr. Tan immediately said. Thank you. You are welcome. After drinking a cup of tea, Wang Yao and his friends left. Boss, who is this person? The shop assistant asked. If he could sell the wooden carving, he would get more than 1,000 yuan in commission. The boss's price meant that his commission would be gone. His shop would not make any profit. A benefactor, the middle-aged man said. Do well. You will get a bonus this month. Yes, long live the boss. Okay, don't make empty promises. Sell more things for me. I will try my best. The boss went back to his room. Needles? What a rare thing. After walking for more than half an hour, they went back. Not long after they opened the door, they saw Mr. Chen coming over with a middle-aged man. Hello, young friend. Hello, Mr. Chen. Please come in. Mr. Chen invited them into the room. Chen Ying made a pot of black tea for them. Wui rock tea. Let me introduce you. This is Wu Tongxing. Mr. Chen introduced the man. He wants you to treat his family. What disease? Eye disease. Eye disease. This was the first time Wang Yao had seen a patient with eye disease. Do you have a case? I brought it here. Please take a look. The old man's eyes were dry and painful. His vision was blurred. After looking at it carefully, Wang Yao had a general understanding of the patient's condition. Dr. Wang, what do you think? Let him come over and let me take a look. Well, it's like this. My father's health is not very good. He doesn't dare to be exposed to the wind. Can you see if you can make a house call? The middle-aged man asked. I'll see. Okay, this is my business card. The man handed over a business card. It was very simple. There was a name and a phone number. Sorry to bother you. I'll walk you out, Chen Ying said. After Chen Ying came back, Wang Yao asked, Who is he? The Wu family is considered a big family in Siju City. His father retired from the army, Chen Ying said. Okay. It seemed that he had to deal with these people since he came to Jing. What's the relationship between Mr. Chen and him? His wife's surname is also Wu. Chapter 474. You don't blame Dr. Chen, do you? Chen Ying asked. She remembered that Dr. Wang didn't like to bring patients to the hospital without his permission. Blame him? Oh, it's okay, Wang Yao said with a smile. He immediately understood what Chen Ying meant. There were some things that couldn't be avoided deliberately. Besides, he didn't promise to go to the hospital. In Dao, thousands of miles away, Sun Jingrong kept coughing. "Master, why don't you go to the mountain village?" Dr. Lin asked. "It's okay. Haven't I taken the medicine?" Sun Jingrong asked. "Even so, I'm still worried," Dr. Lin said. Uncle Lin secretly called Sun Yunxing, who was in the mountain village. "What? My dad is injured? Is it serious?" Sun Yunxing asked nervously after receiving the call. "Fortunately, he has taken the medicine prescribed by Dr. Wang." "Is Dr. Wang at home now?" Sun Yunxing asked. "No, he went out. He went to Beijing," Sun Yunxing said. Sun Yunxing knew about this because before Wang Yao left, he specifically asked him to help him take care of his family while Wang Yao was away. "Beijing? When will he come back?" "I'm not sure," Sun Yunxing said. Sun Yunxing only knew that Wang Yao had gone to Beijing to visit the Su family. He didn't know when he would come back. Sigh. After hanging up the phone, Dr. Lin sighed. What should I do? He was very worried about Sun Jingrong. Although there seemed to be no big problem at the moment, the medicine he brought from the mountain village was almost used up. Moreover, the other party's methods were too strange. Today, when they were eating at home, the dog at home suddenly barked. They were sure that something was wrong. Then, they let the dog into the house in time. As a result, the dog kept barking in the kitchen. Then, they found that there was something in the meat they bought at home, and they had already eaten it. Fortunately, they found it in time. What should he do if the same problem occurs again? Don't worry, Dr. Lin, Sun Jingrong comforted him. We've seen all kinds of storms over the years, Dr. Lin said. That's true, but the situation this time is different, Dr. Lin said. It doesn't matter, Sun Jingrong said. In a beautiful villa. Master, what do you think? Mr. Han, there's no need to be so reserved. The old man coughed. Is your mother all right? Thanks to Master, I've recovered. Our visit here may cause you trouble. It's all right. The middle-aged man smiled and waved his hand. You have my mother, he said with a smile. Besides, Sun Jingrong and I have some conflicts. That's good. We'll stay here for a few days, but we'll leave soon. Oh, okay, I'll arrange the room. The middle-aged man turned around and walked out. Then, his expression changed and became as gloomy as stagnant water. Master, he was lying just now, said the feminine man among the experts. I know. In this society there are people like that everywhere. The old man sighed. Forget it. Did you plant it in him? Yes. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do anything. The middle-aged man who went out suddenly felt some pain in his chest. Oh no. His heart skipped a beat. He knew a little about the identities of the people in the room, and he also knew about their strange and terrifying method. Damn it. He could only cooperate with them. They were a group of dangerous lunatics, and he knew it. However, he was the one who took the initiative to contact them in the beginning. This was probably what it meant to invite a wolf into the house. His illness should have flared up, right? The old man sat by the window and looked outside. The location of the house was good. He could faintly see the sea in the distance. Yes, it should have flared up. Let him have a taste of it. Their branch met Sun Jingrong by chance. Then, they got to know each other. In the end, they hated each other. It was a dead knot that could not be untied. When will we leave, Master? When we hear the news of his death, the old man said. By the way, is his son at home? No, he's not at home. However, it's a miracle that he's still alive after being poisoned. Cough, cough, cough. The old man coughed again. Master, you should rest first. I'll go out and ask around. Okay. In Jing, Wang Yao was carefully reading the supreme Zitherheart text that he had just bought from the antique street. It was a good thing, at least for him. In ancient times, Wang Yao didn't know which scholar wrote the version. Of course, it could be a Taoist priest. However, the content in the book was complete and detailed. It was not comparable to the scriptures that Wang Yao bought from the internet. I should find a way to get more of this kind of thing if I have the chance. Reading was a good thing. The sky outside unknowingly darkened. Sir, it's time to eat. Okay. There were several exquisite side dishes and a bowl of porridge. Well, it's delicious. Thank you. Most of Wang Yao's clothing, food, housing, and transportation in Jing were arranged by Chen Ying. Therefore, Chen Ying had some understanding of his eating habit. She knew that he liked the food on the list at night. He liked Shandong cuisine. Go to see your brother tomorrow morning, then go to the Su family. Okay, what about the Wu family? Don't worry about him, Wang Yao said with a smile. Yes. Since he said so, Chen Ying naturally wouldn't say anything. Moreover, he was not familiar with the Wu family. Uncle, will he come back? It's hard to say, Chen Lao said after drinking a cup of tea. Your father's illness is not serious for the time being, but it can't be delayed for a long time. Can't you and Dr. Li give it a try? I've tried, but the effect is not good, Chen Lao said. That young man is different. You know about Xiaoshua's illness. Almost all the Chinese medical masters were invited, but they couldn't do anything. However, that young man can cure her. This is not something that we old people can compare with. But you said his temper is bad. It's not his temper. It's his rules. It's a bit strange. In fact, it's a bit abrupt for me to take you there rashly. I should have told the Su family or Chen Ying in advance. However, he didn't refuse in person. This is a good thing, Chen Lao said. At least it means that it's possible to succeed. I'll ask him again tomorrow. No, it's too impatient, Chen Lao said. I'm near there. I'll take time to see him. Okay, thank you, the middle-aged man said very politely. We're family. You don't have to be so polite. It was getting late at night. It was very cold outside. Wang Yao was only wearing a thin shirt. He sat in the courtyard and looked at the sky in Jing City. It's going to snow tomorrow, Wang Yao said softly. Snow? Chen Ying looked up at the sky. But the weather forecast said it's going to be cloudy. It's going to be cloudy in the morning. Chen Ying looked at the sky for a long time. He really couldn't see anything. The next morning, when he got up, Chen Ying was stunned. It was snowing. It was really snowing. The sky was a bit gloomy. Snowflakes were falling from the sky. It was not big or small. It was not fast or slow. It was amazing. The snow was not heavy. It didn't affect the traffic. The two of them went to the treatment center where Chen Zhou was. At this time, Chen Zhou was awake. How do you feel? Pretty good. I'm very awake. I like this feeling very much. Let me take a look at you again. Okay. Wang Yao checked him again. There was no problem temporarily. In other words, his current health condition was completely normal. The only thing that could be regarded as abnormal was that his qi and blood were slightly vigorous. There's no problem. This still made him very puzzled, because he still couldn't figure out where this sudden change in his condition came from. That's good. The young Chen Zhou smiled. It was very sunny. How long will it last this time? 10 days or longer. Wang Yao was not very sure. What was the problem? It was a hidden danger if he couldn't find it. Because it was normal, Wang Yao just consolidated the effect of the treatment. He didn't continue to give him the medicine. Let's wait and see. Okay. At noon, they had something to eat outside. Then, they went back to the courtyard to rest. At about 1 p.m., when they were about to go out, someone came to visit. Hello, Dr. Wang. Guo Jinghe came over with 2 bags of tea. Hello, Mr. Guo. Are you going out? You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.